And welcome in once again to the Columbus River Dragons Coaches Show. Tom Callahan here, and this week, yes, we are back on the air after some technical difficulties last week. We apologize for not getting that show off the ground. However, we are back, and this week we are joined by River Dragons head coach Jerome Bichard, and player guest is Kyle Moore, guys.
This show is going to be twice as good to make up for last week.
It's built up now for a week.
We got Moorsey here. I mean, that's what makes the show. I mean, twice as good.
No, it's all about Boom and Tom. They make the show everything.
We make the world go around.
That is the truth. Thanks, Moorsey.
It is.
It is the Behind the Bench Coaches Show. It's not the Kyle Moore Show.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You got to know when you're right and when you're wrong sometimes. Sometimes you're wrong.
It's what accents the show. You're a good accent, you know?
Yeah, but you're good at talking, so.
It's funny, like, depending on who it is that comes in here sometimes, like, I kind of get most of the show off. Like, I just kind of hang out and call the breaks, which is nice occasionally, right? But, man, the episode, and I know he'll be back on at some point this year because I told him, I said, look, I interview you once in the spring, once in the fall, and I get you on the radio show once in the spring, once in the fall is J-Mac. When he came in here with you, Boom, it was you guys, like, just took over. And that was actually a lot of fun for me.
Well, don't tell J-Mac that.
So
don't tell him anything
that.
good.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you got to make sure you bring him down to earth. He's a terrible interview. He's this, just you got to, keep him right. You got to keep him.
I didn't.
You got to keep him humble.
Yeah, good luck. No, he's a good talker once you get him rolling. But man, getting him to talk.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I could imagine that. Him and Boom going at it. They could go all day.
Oh, it just.
You know what? Before he got here, man, I hated him.
Why?
Nice.
Putting up numbers against
Putting
you?
Up numbers. I mean, I always said, man, that old man, he cheats the game. He cheats this and that. Always worried about his points and whatever. I couldn't be so wrong.
Well, that's good to know. I'm glad to hear that but he's still doing all right with the.
But I'm still not going to tell him that.
No.
I mean, if he listens to the show, then
which he definitely doesn't.
He can find out. But I mean, anyways,
he definitely does not listen to the show. I can guarantee you that. That's okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
so welcome to the Kyle Moore Show. Good to have you.
The Boom and Tom Show still.
There you go. So, Moorsey, we're going to talk about your journey in hockey and all that, and I'm glad you're able to join us. Don't worry, I'm going to give you a segment to think about it.
I don't even know his journey. I mean, all of a sudden, this guy shows up out of nowhere last year, and I'm like, who is this freaking guy? Whatever.
I remember on the call when I called you, you said, what number do you want? I said 16. You're like, nope, that's taken. I was like, oh, I had no idea.
That hurts my feelings.
I didn't know anything about Columbus. At first, I thought it was in Ohio, but
that's funny.
Who is 16?
Yeah,
some guy.
Some random dude.
Yeah, rando. Can't have it.
Forgot his name.
Well, how did you end up with 16? Was there a reason for that?
You know what? So, background, drafted by Hartford, signed in L.A., played 2 years in the American League. Number 6. I was number 6 in junior, all the way. Short hair, respectful, maybe a little cookie duster mustache.
Oh, I bet you had a real sick cookie duster.
It was pretty good, pretty sweet. Go home that summer. Figured I'd be able to get an American League deal. Played 2 years, nothing. So let my hair grow out. And nobody called, said I would never play in the East Coast League because it was a beer drinking goon league and this and that. And so anyways, Birmingham called. My buddy, and I don't know if I told you this story or not. My buddy was the captain in New Haven the year before, Al Tour. He had signed to be the player coach in Cincinnati in the I. So he calls, he's like, hey, just go to Birmingham. We're kind of affiliated with Birmingham. I'll have you in Cincinnati in no time, right? So I do that. In the meantime, grow my hair out, goatee, no teeth, and I'm like, well, been a good citizen all along. Not that I was a bad citizen, but I just kind of let the hair go and whatever, and go to Birmingham, pick 16, kind of change it up. Fought a young kid out of college, probably never been in a fight before, and kind of one-punched him in the exhibition game. And that's where it all started.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal. Stay out of my yard.
There you go.
and then I've been 16 ever since. So.
Huh. So there's no real
rhyme or reason.
You just change it up, go to 16.
Yeah, I just added a number one. Go from 4 years, 6 years, wearing 6, AAA midget, Moose Jaw Warriors, New Haven for 2 years, and yeah.
So that New Haven jersey that's in the case at the Civic Center, that's a number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And the East Coast League All-Star one in there is number 20.
How did that happen?
Huh?
How did that happen?
So my first year in Birmingham, Joe Flanagan, kind of an All-American out of University of Vermont, was our centerman. I was left wing. Kevin Kerr was right wing. Kevin Kerr was 20. That little Joe Flanagan could do whatever the hell he wanted to do on the ice. And we had
tough guys.
We had
an
unbelievable line. Kersey's really talented, way crazier and way tougher than I was. Me kind of did what I did. Anyways, we just had really good chemistry. Anyways, Kersey gets called up to Cincy in the I. While he was in the I, he made the East Coast League All-Star team. When he was in the I, he kind of two-handed somebody over the head and got a 20-game suspension.
Oh, wow.
Kinda.
He sorta.
Yeah, I mean,
Quarter of the season by.
Allegedly.
Purely accidental.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't mean anything by it. But so anyways, I got to go to the East Coast League game. So I was 20. I had his number with Bouchard on the
Oh, at least I got your name on the jersey. Okay, yeah. There you go.
So
Was it taped or re-sewed?
it was re-sewed. Come on. I had no business being there. Anyways, it was in Wheeling, West Virginia that year, and the building was just brand new in Wheeling at the time, and it was good. It was a good time. Again, no business being there.
I've seen you in the shootouts. You got some hands.
We didn't have a skilled competition. We didn't have anything. And, dude, if I don't hit, I'm irrelevant. 3-on-3, I hate 3-on-3 because I can't hit.
You can still hit. You just got to get back.
Well, I know that. But you're playing an all-star game.
John Scott, he fought in the All-Star game.
Wow. Anyways.
What was the All-Star game then? 3-on-3?
No.
Oh.
No, but I mean,
Say.
but typical. Like,
Right,
5-on-5
right.
all-star, like, you don't hit. You
Zero
don't- you don't-
defense, zero anything.
I have no
breakaways.
hands. I mean, I'm irrelevant if I don't work hard and hit. Basically what I'm saying.
So you're saying you didn't score?
No. Yeah, I think I was -5. I don't know.
And led the team.
Who's counting?
Yeah, anyways. I got the jersey, though.
There you go. There you go. So we had a pretty interesting weekend. You know what? No, let's change it up a little bit. We're going to go to a break, then come back and talk about the weekend. Then we're going to talk to Kyle more about his journey, and then we're just going to make it up as we go along because that's what we pretty much always do. All right, we're back with more in a moment. This is the Behind the Bench Coaches Show. Welcome back on the Behind the Bench Coaches Show. Tom Callahan along with Jerome Bouchard. And this week's player guest is Kyle Moore. And guys, I know we're reminiscing a little bit there. We're kind of talking about the championship parade last time. Was that the last time Columbus saw a championship?
No, that was 97, 98. That was our first championship here.
Central League and
Central
then
League, yeah.
SPHL.
And then, yeah, I mean, Central League, man, we were in the finals three out of 4 years, and we could only win one. We had other teams to do it, just whatever. And then SP 0405, my first year coaching, we won. And then I think it was 7 years later, 11-12, we won again. Again, just had an unbelievable group. Everything you needed: goal scoring, goaltending, physical D-man, puck moving defenseman, just everything. It was a pretty special team too.
Sometimes it all comes together.
Yeah, I mean, and we've always talked about it. We've always talked about on the show how usually my teams start off really slow. I mean, not this year, which is a good
or
thing.
last year, which is why I think you're full of it. But
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe my communication skills are getting better, and my guys are smarter. That they're picking up what I'm putting at them quicker, maybe. Or, anyways, we got a pretty mature group, I think.
Yeah, and we're just so deep. Like, every line's the first line on any team.
We have a similar. I mean, if you look at our lineup, and again, Where's said it? Everybody's a number one line. And my thought process and my mantra of putting guys together is I need physical that has hands. I need playmaking and pure goal scorer. I have one guy in each. Not every line has that, but we kind of do. And really the more important one is the physical guy. Somebody that can take care of the three guys, win battles in the corner, get the puck to the right people at the right time, all that stuff. And then, you look at our decor, Undy and Bockwell, to me, is my ultimate D pairing. Puck moving guy, skilled, big heavy guy, kind of skilled enough to play, smart enough to throw the puck off the glass every now and then and this and that or whatever. And then really, if I look at the rest of my D pairing, I really don't have a big and a little guy or a big and a little guy. I got, guys that all move the puck pretty well and all skate pretty well. Maybe not all offensive minded the same way, but pretty skilled that way. And my biggest concern going in is keeping those guys, a leash on those guys to make sure they go at the right time and all that stuff. And then really we talked about it the other day. In the offensive zone when we get into a 5-man cycle, and if we want to play that style, now we're not playing a traditional left wing, right wing, center, left D, right D. We're playing 5 players. If you want to go that route, and if you're going to be that disciplined, and Shinks goes in, Morsey's good enough backward skater, now you're a right defenseman. We all need to play that way. And I don't know if I want to go that far with our progression. I don't think that would be smart on our part, but at the same time, that is the concept that we need to have in our heads to know that whoever's playing with Shinkarik, and or even Schlatt sometimes, that guys, you need to be, whoever's playing with those guys, you need to be aware they're a fourth forward, and they're going to go.
I imagine, I'll just pull a name out of a hat before your time, son, but like Paul Coffey, for example, you knew Paul Coffey was always going to take off. He's going to take off with the puck. Even Bobby Orr was going to take off with the puck, right? Okay, well, great. If you know that, you just need guys around him who support that.
Well, and I don't know. I can't. Paul Coffey took off with the puck, and he kind of led the rush, probably, right? So he was going. And that's not a problem, because now everybody can be accounted for. Hey, Morsey can account for it. The problem that we have, if we have it, is, my defenseman getting sucked in when I already have 3 guys down low, and my guys, continue to go top of the circles. You're at the dots. I'm like, what are you doing down there?
Right.
And, at that point, and it's no different, it is different it's on different sides. And I think this is where I'm doing a better job communicating. You can tell me more so, with our D last weekend holding the blue line.
Yeah. We said it in the room, that's the best we've played all year. And that's
right.
The main reason, because you're holding the blue.
But I guess, I don't know, I don't know if it's this long or just something popped in my head. I'm like, I look back at when I played, not so much early, but, later in my career, if I was playing D and, whatever, I can't skate. I shouldn't be playing D. I'm smart enough to play D, but I can't skate well enough to do that. So when I was playing, I'm like, I'm making a stand, whether it's right or wrong. And usually, if I jump at the guy on the wall, I'm either going to hit him or get the puck or scare the guy enough that he's going to miss the puck and the puck's going somewhere. And now we displace the puck, and now my partner gets it or my forward gets it. And I would say 75% of the time that works. And it's more so identifying making the stand and making sure that now, okay, so I missed the guy, but now we all know it's a straight 3-on-2, and now we have to play it a good 3-on-2, as opposed to it's 3-on-3 and everyone's kind of not picking anybody up and guys are this and that or whatever, and nobody knows what to do. So just make the stand, make it happen, go from there, right? And no different than on the offensive side, just making people accountable and hey, do the play quick. I don't mind if you make the play, but it's got to be quick so we're not all the way down to the goal line and I have 5 guys and we miss the puck and now it's a breakaway or 2-on-1. So just make the plays earlier so everybody's identified and we know what we have to deal with.
Yeah, and it's interesting. And Kyle, I agree with you when you're talking about earlier, like watching that game against Mississippi, they didn't have a sniff. You guys, I mean, as a unit, you guys were coming back as forwards. The D were in the right spot 90-80% of the time. Like it was a complete defensive game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's our first game that we let up one breakaway or one 2-on-1. And Colgan said it today in practice. He had one breakaway in that game, and that just shows it that we're getting back to help our D. Our D are stepping at the right time and hold the Blues.
And to kind of, I guess, Boomer, it gives credit to your theory. You guys still scored 7. Still playing that way, you end up still scoring 7 goals.
Yeah, you know
so it's
what?
not like the offense suffers.
No, scoring's not. Will never be. Scoring won't be our problem. Like I mean, we might run into a hot goalie, which we have, and we always tend to overpower them at some point. But it is going to happen. Like I mean,
sure.
We have a really good chance to run the gamut. Like, we really do have a really good chance of not losing another hockey game all year.
I mean, I agree with that.
I'm knocking on wood.
Knock on Formica, yes.
Right. But, I mean, but at the same time, there's going to be that one team, and it could be Whitfield, it could be Baton Rouge, it could be whoever. It could be, there's good hockey teams, Port Huron, whatever. There's good hockey teams, and every team has enough good players to survive. Mm-hmm. And a goalie gets hot and shuts us out, and they get a good bounce, and Yanni keeps doing what he does and just shoot the puck for wherever, and they get a good bounce off a guy's skate and it goes in. That's going to happen. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. But that's why and actually that's one of the things I don't like about this being a best of 3 playoff series, because it's over so fast. Like I can appreciate going at least more to a best of 5, because then I feel like the better team is going to come out on top. But in something where it's a win 2 and move on, like you never know. That's a little chancy. But
yeah,
it is chancy. But I mean, it is short. I mean, I still think the better team's going to come out. I mean, you got 60 minutes.
Well,
to
you know
play.
what? I mean, I really think with who's in the league, travel, all that stuff, rivalries, this and that, home ice is a huge advantage.
yes.
Is a huge advantage. It's not everything, but it is a huge advantage, and we just need to continue to put ourselves in a good position to make sure that we have that advantage all the way through. And that's we need to keep rolling, keep doing this and that. And I think the biggest thing, we are, again, we have a really good opportunity to not lose another game all year. But when we do, we need to realize we're still a good hockey team, and, come down to earth, know what's got us there, continue doing the same things, work on this, work on that, identify what the issue was, and move on. But know that we're a good hockey team. Talking to Brantley Sherwood today, they're, Binghamton, they're first place, the other division. They've lost 2 or 3 games in a row. I'm like, you got to identify why. Let's not have a wholesale. What's the issue? What's going on? Let's not make any rash decisions. Let's, see what it is and go from there. And, anyways, if it's personnel, great. If it's not, like, you guys got a pretty good hockey team. Just chill out and relax.
Yeah, they're not bad. But hopefully we're better this year. If it comes down to that, we won't know, though, unless you meet in the final.
I think Schulte, which I don't know. I think Schulte's on the IR, which, I mean, love Jake, and he's a great player. Things go good, great. Things don't go good, could be bad.
Well, let's grab a break ourselves here, and when we come back, we'll get into Kyle Moore a little bit more here and talk about where he's been, how he got here, and his journey to Columbus, Georgia. Stay tuned. There's more coming your way. It's the Behind the Bench Coaches Show. All right, welcome back here on the Behind the Bench Coaches Show. Tom Callahan. Kyle Moore is this week's player guest, and right now we are going to get into the Kyle Moore side of things a little bit here. And, well, Mooresy, everybody, I ask them about their journey. How did they even start playing hockey? We'll go all the way back. Who put you on skates? Who got you going?
My dad did. He's from New York. He was a season ticket holder for the Rangers.
Oh, okay.
Then he moved to Charlotte.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Tough one.
Especially
Who
these
are you
days.
a fan of?
Oil.
Oh,
Front
yeah,
runner.
because I got McDavid, huh?
No, well, I mean,
In
back
his
in the
day,
day,
it was Gretzky.
I mean, Oil. I mean, they're as good as Rangers are tough. When's the last time the Rangers? Well, you know what? I can't say that. When was it? Mike Keenan, Messier, 94. But prior to that, never. Like I was an Islanders. I'm a bandwagoner, I guess, when it come down to it. So, Islanders when they had their 4-year run, Chico Resch,
80 to 83.
Chico Resch, my dad and his dad were best friends. So they're from the hometown. So I was an Islander fan. So whether I was a
Pick a team.
bandwagoner or not, I mean, I was an Islander fan. And then Clark Gillies was from Moose Jaw, where I played my junior. So I have reasons for the Islanders. And then after that, when Edmonton got their team, it's still Oil, man.
So now you like them because Paul Coffey's behind the bench too.
I like them one because, well, Edmonton's 7 hours, Winnipeg's 5 hours. Winnipeg's never won anything, and this and that. So
Except for the Blue Bombers.
Yeah.
I will stand up for the Grey Cup champion Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Saskatchewan Roughriders, the only football team there is in the CFL. Come on.
There's a Toronto team.
Anyways. Friggin' nuts. Oh, my God. Anyways, this is the Kyle Moore
It is the Kyle
portion.
Moore story.
No, this is
So
Boom Tom Show.
Rangers fan, season ticket holder.
Yeah,
back in the day.
He moved to Charlotte, him and my mom, and then
So did he ever play?
no, he never did. Street hockey, but that doesn't count. They moved to Charlotte. He was a manager at the ice rink, Pineville Ice House. He got my two brothers involved, and I got involved. And before school every day, he would take us 5 a.m. We'd get some friends out there, my brother's friends, play a little game, and that's how it all started before school.
That's pretty cool. So now, brothers, older, younger?
Yeah, I got two older brothers, 31 and 29.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just, they're older. Okay, that's enough. So are you the youngest of the three? No sisters?
I'm the youngest, but I'm the biggest.
Okay.
And they know that.
I like that. There's a little bit of a tinge of revenge to that. But so you end up, that's where it all starts. You're playing as a kid, and you're kind of growing up and going through the setup here. Now, you're in Charlotte, which is a little bit different than coming from Saskatchewan or Manitoba or Prince Edward Island. What were your options as far as playing hockey, and then how did you end up picking it as a career? Like, did you look at college? Did you look at juniors? What was your path?
In Charlotte, there was just a AA team. I played that all the way up till I was 13, and then I decided to go play AAA in TPH Thunder in Atlanta. I built it there for a year, and then
So did you play for Jocko? Who was running Thunder there?
no, it was
Who was coaching there?
Keith. I forget his last name.
Huh.
Keith.
Anyways, Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember his last name. Anyways, I played 2 years there, and then I moved to Toronto to play AAA in the GTMHL, which is like the best league there. I ended up getting drafted to the OHL and the USHL, and my brother at the time, he was in the OHL, and he was like, "Look, man, we're not school guys, so go to the OHL. I think that's the best route." So I listened to him and played in the OHL. College was out, and then I think I played for every other junior team after that.
I didn't know you played in the OHL.
Yeah, just a couple games.
Interesting. Interesting. I didn't know that either. I actually don't remember seeing that. But that's so which team were you with in the O?
North Bay Battalion.
Okay. You guys, did you have the olive drab green jerseys then?
Yeah, they were gross.
Yeah. I wondered if they were any better in
Who
person.
coached there? Who?
Stan Butler. He was. I didn't like him.
Because he wasn't playing you enough.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, I get it, I was a young guy, but in preseason that year, I led the team in points, but I also was playing with the captain, and they're both in the NHL now, Nick Paul and Mike Matteo. But then I get scratched for a month straight. It's like you lead preseason, give the kid a chance, you never know, and then you just lose your confidence. And I got they sent me down to Junior A in Powassan, which was 15 minutes from North Bay. Played there, got called up 3 times that year. The year after that, I went back. I played till Christmas. Then I got sent down. Asked for a trade. He wouldn't trade me. And then I played Junior A ever since.
And so then now you turn pro. So how did you make the decision to turn pro again? I know you have an older brother who is playing, and talk about, did he help you with that decision? Did you guys talk about it? Did you just say, I'm doing this on my own?
We talked about it. I mean, he kept telling me to wait. Told me to think about redshirting. I thought about it. I didn't want to do that. I went behind his back and signed with Fayetteville Marksman in the SP. And he was like, I told you to wait. Why don't you ever listen to me? And then I played there.
Typical older brother, younger brother relationship, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not his way, he's going to be mad. But it was my turn to make a decision for myself. Played there, played for 3 other teams that year. And then
Where else were you?
Roanoke, Peoria, and Quad City. A lot of travel in that year.
Jesus.
Suitcase.
I was going to say, you never really get to unpack.
All up north. No, thank you.
Yeah. It was funny. I think it was Guy with Peoria. He put me on the power play one game, and I stood there in my 1T spot. He said, "You're not Ovechkin. You got to move." And I was like, "You told me to sit here, so I'm sitting here." It was. Didn't play for him again after that.
Interesting.
It's my boy.
There you go. Yep. I spent a week in Peoria one night. I was there for a year, 07, 08. That was American League. Jean-Guy was still playing for that team back then. But so you get through all that, and then how do you get the call to come to Columbus? How'd you end up here?
Last year I actually went back to Fayetteville to play. Played a couple games, was sitting a lot, and I was like, this isn't fun anymore. I knew a couple guys from playing against them in the SP. I know Dozer, Frajo. I knew Greco. I played a year with him in Sweden.
I can't imagine Greco in Sweden.
Luckily, I only had to play 6 games with him. But I was texting him, and he was like, yeah, this is a great spot. Reached out to Dozer. They all said it was great. Looked at the roster, saw they had a great team. I reached out to Krupe. Krupe told me to call Boom. Called Boom, and next thing you know, I was in Columbus.
Yeah, there you go.
Just had to get him into shape.
Yeah. Round is a shape.
Right, he was round.
When you sit in the stands for a month straight or 2 months straight, you know, they got good snacks in the concessions.
It's called discipline, Morsey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway.
Wasn't too happy, you know?
No.
I hear
mean, we're like, if I, again, look at last year, I mean, we were searching for something. Like, I mean, we had a good team. We didn't have what we needed, in my opinion. And we weren't playing. And whether personnel, I don't think personnel-wise we had what we needed. I was asking people to play kind of ways that wasn't in their DNA kind of thing. But, I mean, and I say that, and we should have won last year. Whatever. But, again, you fast forward to what we have this year. We made some adjustments. We brought in the right people. Guys are playing with the right people. Some other people, like Jammer, blows my mind. I mean, he spent all summer in the gym, put on 10, 15 pounds. He really had.
Yeah,
You know?
he definitely got stronger.
And, different player than what he was the first year in Watertown and last year type thing. And you know what? I think Jammer likes me, but he didn't like me last year.
Right.
Because I sat him. He wasn't the guy that I wanted, kind of thing. And he's changed his MO and changed his game to play for me.
That's your other son right there.
Well,
You guys are all Boomer's children. Don't kid yourself.
No, we are.
All of you are.
He's our dad.
It's a fun locker room. We have a really good group of guys, and that goes a long way. And I think moving forward, and this is where we need to be careful. I mean, moving forward, whoever comes into that locker room has to be the right person and the right fit and what we need. I think it's important to have that mentality to, just not. We don't need anybody. Theoretically, we really don't need anybody. Be nice to have one more piece of the puzzle, but theoretically, we don't need it.
Just waiting to see if we're going to get a Moore Brothers reunion. We had one last year. What was it, Binghamton, I think you guys played?
No, it was Winston.
Well, and you know what? I mean, oh, God, and Jeff brings this up a lot. Celebrity contract, this and that, and, let's...
How long are those good for, by the way? Is it one game? Is it a weekend?
No, I think it's one game.
One game? Okay.
And that's this league. This league, I get it. We want to entertain and we want to put on a show and all that stuff. But, I mean, to bring in a guy...
For one game.
What's the purpose?
Mm-hmm.
What's the purpose? The purpose, to me, a celebrity contract is to bring an extra 500 people in the building.
There you go. Yeah, sell seats.
Not to, and the league uses it, the teams in the league use it as an extra roster for that game, or bring in some tough guy to
play one shift,
one shift, retribution, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need it. Don't need the distraction, in my opinion.
But that's also because you're with a team that's at the top of the standings.
Well, no,
that has everything together. I mean, look at some of these other teams.
Well, I
that
understand
do not,
that, but at the same time, you know what? I mean, celebrity coach or celebrity player, boom. I mean, I could do what any other coach has done out there that's playing. I could do the same thing. But I don't think it would be right for me to play my game and go try to kick the hell out of some 20-year-old.
Right.
And probably get my ass kicked. Oops, sorry. Probably, I wouldn't. That's not right. And anyways, it'd be fun. It'd be funny to watch.
It would
be awesome.
It would be cool to see a 16 wheeling around out there, man. We'll bring that out of the rafters for you. Dust it off.
I just, to me, that's just a disaster waiting to happen. Just whatever.
Well, and I know Morsey's going to leave us here in a couple of minutes. So, Morsey, I just want to get your thoughts this year. I mean, you're on a pretty good scoring streak right now. You're coming off a 4-goal game. I mean, what's going right for you?
I mean, I just feel like the teams, we're clicking. We're all working hard. We're doing what we have to do to score goals. We're driving the net. We're hitting high guy. We're posting up. We're tipping pucks in. We're battling hard. I mean, I'm with two great line mates that help me out a lot. I mean, J-Mac, I don't want to say this, but he's a great hockey player. He does a lot of work, and he finds you in the right spots at the right time. And Hunter, he's got an amazing shot, amazing release. If he could hit the net, it's going in. And giving him the puck, you're going to get a point. So, I mean, just give him the puck to the guys at the right time and working hard for them.
Well, and I tell you what, I mean,
Morsey could have a whole lot more if he would shoot the puck.
Why so reluctant to shoot the puck? Let me put you on the spot.
I don't know. I used to be a shooter all the time, but I don't know. I guess over the summers playing beer league, I've been a passer and it's switched over.
No. I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you. You have a great shot. You like to get inside the paint. Like, I mean, you're not a basketball player. You don't need to be inside the paint. You got a good shot. You can score from hash marks out. You just choose not to because you have great hands and you got good patience. Nobody with your stature, nobody expects that from you. So you're allowed to do it with your hands. If you would not do that and shoot as opposed to try to pull, you would have another 10 goals.
Well, maybe I'll have to listen to you and start shooting some more.
I mean, more times than not, I'm right.
I don't want to say this either, but yes, yeah, you're right.
More times. I mean, I may not be right all the time, which I'm not, but I mean, more times than not. I mean, if you're shooting at the right time, at the right spot, instead of your little inside-out drag or whatever, especially if you're on your forehand, coming in on your strong side and coming in and dragging to the middle, which is totally crazy, in my opinion. If you're on the other side, different. But anyways,
I do need to shoot more. I've realized it the last couple of games, and my line mates let me know, but I don't know. It's just a habit, I think, now.
And really, all you guys, I mean, you guys laugh at me because every shot I take is a slap shot because I have no muscle. I have nothing. And, that's what I was brought up to do, kind of thing or whatever. But these guys with the sticks and the way they can just snap it from, right here, like, man, the goalie doesn't know you're shooting, you're going to score.
Yeah.
If he holds, the closer you get in, the less you have to shoot at, and all these guys are usually fairly big, and the closer you get in, you got nothing. You're doing their job for them, type thing. The biggest thing is disguising when you're shooting, and if we go across and make the goalie go side to side, if you shoot it quick, more times than not, you're gonna beat that guy.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember a play last Saturday that I should have shot. Bockwell passed it across. I had open net, but I tried to look for J-Mac in the high slot, and he misses the net.
I look at like last game on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I mean, Petro probably had 3. Hunter probably had 3. J-Mac probably had 3. Could
have scored 20 goals in that game.
Yeah, I remember Petro missing the net a couple times in the slot.
Bersani, 2 or 3
yeah.
too. Just point blank. I'm like, dude, guys, dial it in. Dial it in.
It's a little harder than you think sometimes.
Huh?
It's a little harder than you think sometimes.
Hey, you know what? Better in February than in April, May.
That's true.
I'll take it now.
Well, and I say that, and we scored 7 goals.
Right, and yeah, see that, but that's the thing. You can always improve.
I do have one other trick that you're not gonna like to hear.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Every Thursday night, I get Dairy Queen now. I did it in juniors. I brought it back, and it seems to work now.
Jesus.
Good for you.
Double dip.
No, just a medium blizzard.
Nice.
Blizzard. Nice.
Yeah, just a medium.
Oreo.
Yeah, no, Reese's and cookie dough.
Oh boy, double dip.
Yeah, you got to get the corner weight,
I love it. All right, Morsey, I know you got to run. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we'll be back with Boomer and I. We'll wrap things up here in just a moment. This is the Behind the Bench Coaches Show. And we are back on the Behind the Bench Coaches Show. Tom Callahan, Jerome Bichard here with you. And Boom, I wanted to ask you a question that occurred to me while Kyle was talking to us. Kyle Moore was talking to us about his journey. And he said when he went to junior, kind of hit a stretch where he lost his confidence. And kind of went down from there. And now you can see he's building back up, clearly. Mm-hmm. Did you ever go through that as a player? Or were you around someone who did? And how did they or you get out of it? And what would you tell a guy now going through something like that?
Well, it's kind of funny because, well, first personal-wise. So Moose Jaw Warriors, 17-year-old defenseman, made the team as a 17-year-old. Coach says, hey, you're not making it as a defenseman ever. You need
Columbus's Real Ride. 1069 really rocks.
Hotel of the River Dragons. Now let's send it to the broadcast booth with the voice of the River Dragons, Tom Callahan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome in. It is time once again for Columbus River Dragons hockey. I'm Tom Callahan. Thanks for joining me here this evening as we're getting set to face things off. The Columbus River Dragons against the Baton Rouge Zydeco. That's right, the Zydeco back in town. And if you feel like you're seeing Baton Rouge a lot here lately in this last little bit, well, you are. Keep in mind that the River Dragons completed their road games against the Zydeco very early in the season. In fact, the first 6 games of the year for Columbus were all on the road in Baton Rouge. It remains one of the 3 regulation losses the River Dragons have suffered all year. They went 5-1 in that 6-game stretch against the Zydeco. And now you will see the Zydeco at home a little more often than not. We've gotten a little bit used to seeing Baton Rouge here along with Mississippi. This weekend it will be tonight and tomorrow night against the Zydeco. You will see them here at the Columbus Civic Center. To that end, plenty of time to get down here if you want. Single seats still remain for the game tonight. And we look forward to having a pretty good crowd in here for a Friday night. But if you can't make it tonight, of course, you can always come and join us tomorrow night for the 7:05 puck drop. Coming into tonight, the River Dragons carrying a record of 25-3, 2-2-1, 83 points on the year. A plus 77 goal differential. 168 goals for, which is second in the FPHL, but 91 goals against. That is tied for the fewest, along with the Carolina Thunderbirds. And the Thunderbirds have one more game played than Columbus does. Also, the River Dragons on a Tim Hortons win streak that has now reached a franchise record 13 straight games. Columbus is yet to lose in the calendar year 2024. Their opponent tonight, the Zydeco, part of that win streak. They're at 6-21, 4-1-0, 24 points. That's in the basement of the FPHL and the Continental Division, and only 94 goals for. They're the only team not to get to triple digits yet in goals for on the season. However, give them a little bit of leeway. They only have played 32 games. River Dragons are the second fewest at 33, but everybody else is 35, 36. So the Zydeco have a little bit of catching up to do with the rest of the FPHL. They're 1-7-2 in their last 10 games and a minus 48 goal differential. That is actually also now the worst in the FPHL. Elmira at minus 47 is right there with them. So that's a little bit of a look at what's going on with these two teams. And coming into this matchup here tonight, head-to-head, the Zydeco have made some changes this week. We're going to talk about their changes. The River Dragons have made a couple of changes as well. We're going to discuss those, but for the River Dragons, they're wearing their red jerseys tonight here on a Friday night. And, of course, red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. We wear our red on a Friday. We hope you do, too, if you're coming down to join us, or maybe if you're just at home, out and about here in the Chattahoochee Valley community. Wear your red on Fridays to show your support. We will take a break in this Air Force Heating and Air pregame show, and when we come back, because we do have a lot to talk about, the maneuvering for both of these rosters, it's going to take us probably a little longer than usual in that second segment. We also have our Zelmo Zippin' Out of Town scoreboard coming your way, and our chat with River Dragons head coach Jerome Bichard. I promise you, this one was a pretty darn good one. We had a pretty good chat with Boomer, and there's a little Easter egg in the coffee cup, so I'll just leave it at that. You're about a half hour away from that. All right, this is the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. We'll take a break and come back with more in just a moment on Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat.
Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
Good internet. With WOW, you now get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps, all for only $30 a month with autopay and paperless billing.
Wow.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Back here in the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show, Tom Callahan here with you. Thank you so much for joining us as the players down on the ice completing warm-ups here before tonight's game. River Dragons and the Zydeco dropping the puck here tonight at the bottom of the hour. And tomorrow night, again, 7 p.m. Eastern time start for the Saturday game. And I wanted to take a little more time this segment to look inside the things that have gone on this week, the transactions in the league. This Zydeco team has actually gone through quite a bit of change here since we saw them even a week ago. Probably the biggest headline grabber out of all of it was the three-way trade. The Hussey brothers clearly were out of the lineup last time they were here, and we wondered what their future was. They were a bit in limbo. Well, now we know Greg Hussey has been part of a three-way trade that saw him go from the Zydeco to the Elmira River Sharks and then land with the Carolina Thunderbirds, where he certainly has some history, as we all know as River Dragons fans. But Hussey now is with the Thunderbirds, especially without Mario Cavallari there. I think perhaps that Carolina hoping that they might be able to get some serviceable minutes down the stretch out of Hussey and really try to maybe even see if he can compete for that number one job and carry that team into a playoff run. But so, heading to the Thunderbirds was future considerations, and then Frankie McClendon, to the River Sharks, and then Frankie McClendon ended up going over to the Zydeco. Now, McClendon is a guy who, again, we're familiar with here in River Dragons territory. We've actually seen Frankie with a couple of different teams come down here to Columbus as well, but now he is a member of the Baton Rouge Zydeco. Now, he's not one of the two goaltenders dressed here tonight. It's Bailey Stevens and Parker Rutherford who are dressed for the Zydeco. But McClendon, probably the biggest name coming in. And it's interesting because I really, when you look at the Zydeco team this year, feel like they've had a lot of good goaltenders. In fact, one of those, William Lavalier, who played here and I thought played very well against the River Dragons, is on loan to the SPHL right now, but the River Dragons ended up picking up Lavalier in a trade for future consideration. So I found it kind of interesting that the Zydeco have been having a little bit of a carousel in net when really I don't know that that's ever been the issue. I know the numbers are high, but it's it's interesting to leave a game feeling, and you look at a guy like Bailey Stevens. Last time he faced this team, .875 save percentage, led in 8. But as an objective observer, I felt leaving that game, he played pretty well. Look, when you give up 8, there might be 1 or 2 you want back. But I really haven't thought the goaltending would be the thing that the Zydeco would be chasing as the problem right now. But so they've made that move this week, along with the trade I just mentioned. Lavalier, who is now River Dragons property, still not in the FPHL right now, but the rights with the River Dragons. The Zydeco also earlier this week released Kyle Stevens on waivers. They moved Austin Weber over to the inactive list as well. And then they claimed Thomas Ray on waivers from Binghamton. And Ray comes in, 9 goals, 7 assists for 16 points, and 12 minutes in penalties this year in 29 games with Binghamton. So pretty good pickup right there off the waiver wire. And a guy who, as soon as he slots into the lineup, is tied for 3rd in scoring with Scott Schrock and Matthias Tellstrom. Now, mind you, Tellstrom, 16 points in 16 games. A little bit different look there, but still, I mean, a guy who potentially, Ray, might be able to give him a little bit of offense up front and, maybe try to help him put some pucks in the net. We'll see what he's going to bring to the table. I will tell you this, he comes in with a shooting percentage of almost 20%. Not a guy who takes a lot of shots, just 46, but he has 9 goals on those 46 shots. Might be a player you want to encourage to try to shoot the puck a little bit more. And then going back to the other things for the Zydeco this week, the other move they made is Artur Aloyan is now signed on a player agreement with the Zydeco, and he is scheduled to be in the lineup here tonight. Aloyan has been assigned number 3, and he looks to potentially make his debut here this evening, of course, depending on game time decisions and warm-ups and what have you. It will be his first FPHL action of the season. And he did play, if the name sounds familiar, he did play a couple of years with the Delaware Thunder, a total of 13 games, 12 points in those 13 games, 7 goals, 5 assists. And but that was almost at a 30% shooting percentage. But we'll see, he could be another player who perhaps gives the Zydeco maybe a bit more on the offensive side and the ability to try to keep up a little bit. What I'm interested to see when you break down all the moves made this week by the Zydeco, to me the most interesting thing was the one guy they got rid of, Kyle Stevens, defenseman. So defensively, I think the Zydeco team may still have a lot of maneuvering to do. So we'll keep an eye on what they decide to do as far as the defense goes. It's getting harder and harder to say you can see the Zydeco putting it together to make a charge, but they're building for next year. Guys are competing for jobs. Make no mistake, this is still going to be a very competitive drive to the end for the Zydeco simply because there are players who are there trying to build on what they've accomplished already and set that culture for moving into the future for this Zydeco hockey team. River Dragons, meanwhile, I did want to mention J. Krupp once again to the inactive list, and of course that trade for Lavalier, probably the biggest news of the week when it comes to Columbus. Not a whole heck of a lot else to report for the River Dragons this week. It's hard to say you want to make a lot of changes when you're in the middle of a 13-game win streak, and so Spencer Krul remains, by the way, the emergency backup goaltender, as Taylor Joseph has been moved from the 15-day IR to the 15 to 30-day IR while he continues to battle his lower body injury issues. So, we hope to see T-Joe back sooner than later. In the meantime, he may join us again here in the booth for the weekend. All right, let's take another break here in this Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. When we come back, it's time for that Zelmo Zippin' Out of Town scoreboard. Plenty of action tonight in and around the FPHL, and we'll tell you what's going on right now. And then we will also have our chat with River Dragons head coach Jerome Bichard. So stay tuned. There's plenty more coming your way. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
At Beam, we take pride in being a part of our community, and we're committed to seeing it grow. We continually volunteer with organizations that are making a difference. Together, we are building a better community while building the best internet that exceeds the technology of metropolitan cities. But more importantly, one that connects us all. We want to ensure reliability. So for this reason, we're willing to go the extra mile. We aim to provide the community with high-quality internet and cable services, because we live here too.
Because at Beam, community is not just a place. It's the way we do business.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat.
Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
Hi-ho, your gas is getting low, but you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
This month at Zelmo's, all Celsius energy drinks, 2 for $4.
But you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
Always clean, always fast, always friendly. Zelmo Zip-In, fueling life's passions for 20 years.
The Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
And we are back in the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. Tom Callahan here with you, and warm-ups completed as we're getting ready for the game here tonight. On the radio side, we want to welcome all of our radio listeners. Elm 106.9 really rocks. We appreciate you being here and being a part of Columbus River Dragons hockey. Of course, our YouTube family as well, and of course, our coverage on Beam as well. And we are so thankful to have you be a part of things here. The Zamboni is out there cleaning up the ice. And that can only mean one thing. We're getting a little bit closer to the drop of the puck here for River Dragons hockey on this Friday evening. Again, if you're in the local listening area, maybe you're listening to the pregame show on your way around town here, still time to come down and join us. And there are tickets still available for tonight's game. We'd love to have you be a part of it. Hey, parking's free. Come on in and have a great time. Watch this team as they go for their 14th straight win in the 2024 calendar portion of the season. Another little nugget for you. The River Dragons are the only remaining team undefeated at home in regulation this year. They're now up to 16-0-1 in the friendly confines of the Columbus Civic Center. Okay, so we talked about the transactions. We talked about what's going on. We looked at the records of these two teams. Now it's time for us to go to that Zelmo's Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard. Zelmo's has been fueling life's passions since 1999. At McMorran Arena tonight, it's the Battle of Michigan. The Motor City Rockers are at the Port Huron Prowlers. That game in the first period right now, no goals to tell you about there. Also underway at First Arena in Elmira, New York, the Blue Ridge Bobcats and Elmira River Sharks going head-to-head. No score in that one. At Watertown Arena, Danbury and Watertown getting underway at the bottom of the hour, just like us. And then out at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, the Carolina Thunderbirds are on the road against the Mississippi Seawolves tonight. That is a 7:05 Central, 8:05 Eastern Time start. In the National Hockey League tonight, just one game to tell you about. The Carolina Hurricanes are at the Arizona Coyotes. And you know what? Some interesting news coming out of Arizona with regards to the potential for them to have a site. And I think that's why I know a lot of folks thought, and there was a persistent rumor, keep in mind it's a rumor, going around that the Coyotes were going to announce something or the league was going to announce something around the All-Star game. That hasn't happened yet. And now we're potentially finding out the reason may be because the Coyotes are working on a land deal right off the 101 freeway that might actually see them have a chance to pick up a parcel and develop an arena on it. And I'm not sure if it's the last gasp in the Valley for the Coyotes, but right now it still throws them a lifeline. And the NHL is very committed to that Phoenix market. And as someone who lived just down the road in Tucson for several years, I can tell you that the NHL's put a lot, the Coyotes have put a lot into that market, developing the youth game, building rinks, building arenas. Now that Arizona State University has gone Division I in college hockey, the game is growing out there in the Valley. And I know it's very easy for people in other parts of the country or other parts of the world to be dismissive of Phoenix when you see 120 degrees in the summer. But there is a very devoted and rabid following in the game of hockey there. Plus, you get a lot of transplants there, especially in the winter. It does work that way. It really does. The snowbirds come down, and they make a very real impact, and they come to see, a couple of hockey games a year. And it's a cumulative effort, but I think the Coyotes were most successful. That franchise was drawing well when it was downtown. And unfortunately, a couple of years ago, there might have been a chance for them to kind of work with the Suns on the renovation of the arena downtown, but the owner at the time of the Suns, Robert Sarver, didn't want to work with the Coyotes, wanted to exclude them from the deal, so they were. And that's really when things got sticky out in Glendale for the Coyotes subsequently, as they really kind of ended up getting booted out of that arena. But I think the Coyotes never did better than when they were downtown at what was then America West Arena. And hopefully they might be able to find a way to get back at least closer to that downtown core and begin drawing far more crowds. They're playing decent hockey for a team that is a budget team. And just 2 games under 500 coming into tonight at 23, 25, and 4. So I'm one of those people who hopes they make it. I hope they do well. I think it's good for the league to have a team there. If they don't, we know that the parachute is there to go to either Houston or Kansas City. The preparations are in place, or Salt Lake City, Utah as well. I can't forget them. So you really have 3 markets that could field a team tomorrow because all 3 of those have buildings. So they could be there tomorrow. And the NHL is well aware of that, but they just do not want to give up on the market because, quite frankly, it's a giant media market. Let's take a look at the men's college basketball out-of-town scoreboard here and what's going on in men's hoops. And surprisingly, for a Friday night, there's a little bit more going on than you might think, but it's a lot of unranked games on this evening's docket. And I know we're kind of getting down there towards Selection Sunday here, and that's always going to be an interesting time. I can't believe we are halfway through the month of February already. It's actually a little crazy to think about. Maybe a couple of games to keep an eye on. New Mexico is at San Diego State. That's a 10 o'clock tip. A couple of games, actually a lot of games going on right now. And Cornell is leading Harvard in the second half. Just underway, you've got Villanova at Georgetown. VCU is at St. Louis. Siena is at St. Peter's. Mount St. Mary's at Rider. Manhattan is at Iona, Niagara, and Fairfield. Canisius at Marist. Dartmouth at Columbia. Yale at Pennsylvania. Browns at Princeton. Jacksonville's at Queens University. North Florida is at Kennesaw State. And I know there are some Kennesaw State graduates here in the area. You guys are tied at 16. A couple minutes into the first half with North Florida. Kennesaw State is at 14-12 right now, and 5-7 in the ASUN. So we'll see how they end up doing here this evening. We'll keep an eye on that score for you. All right, that's it for our Zelmo Zippin' out-of-town scoreboard. And I know a little bit of an extended look. Plus, you didn't think you were getting an NHL news brief in there, did you? But, yeah, well, sometimes got to throw those things in there as the River Dragons and the Zydeco getting a little bit closer here. And also, I did want to say hello to the Baton Rouge Zydeco fans checking us out at the watch party tonight at Big Mike's in Denham Springs. So I want to say hello to everybody over there at Big Mike's, all the Zydeco fans. And as a matter of fact, we have some Zydeco fans here in the building tonight. And a couple of folks making the trip. It is not a bad trip to come down to Columbus. Obviously, we've made the trip to Baton Rouge. It's pretty easy, all highway, and you know what? It's a nice little run down the road, and sometimes you get to check out a building other than your own. You feel a little bit different hockey culture and, get a sense of what things are like when you get away from your own building a little bit. So never the worst thing in the world. Always kind of need to check out, I guess, how the other half lives or see if the grass is greener, the ice is colder. I don't know. Maybe the beer's colder. I'm not really sure. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, it's time to chat with River Dragons head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard. And then we're dropping the puck here at the Columbus Civic Center, River Dragons and Zydeco, just past the bottom of the hour. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
We're always going a million different directions.
But Kinetic Credit Union makes it easy for all of us to stay connected, all in one place.
With the Kinetic mobile app, we both can monitor our accounts on the go. We can create account alerts so we know when there's a change. Apply for a loan or credit card. We can even open a new account.
Plus, you can quickly pay bills, transfer money, or make a deposit anytime, anywhere.
Kinetic makes our life a whole lot easier.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps. Plus bundle Internet 300 with YouTube TV for just $92.99 per month for 12 months with autopay and paperless billing.
Wow. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat.
Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
Welcome back here in the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. We're joined by River Dragons head coach Jerome Bichard, the best hockey coach ever, according to the mug.
The coffee doesn't lie.
Coffee doesn't lie. Good morning, Boom. Good to have you here joining us before the game. We'll chat this weekend coming up. Final part of the 8-game homestand. You're in a good mood this morning, which is always good news. The team must be doing well.
Always in a good mood. Hey, this cup, it's half full. It's half full, and you got a good coach here.
There you go. There you go. So let's talk a little bit about what's been going right for this team lately. I know there's good and bad, but what's going well?
Well, I mean, I think our last game out last Saturday, kind of a complete game against Mississippi, challenged the guys to, not just score goals, make sure that we clamped down and played some D, gave Colgan some much needed relief. From one, facing shots, and two, just hunkering down on the defensive side of the puck. And I thought our last game was one of our better all around games. And I know there's a whole lot of naysayers out there. Oh well, the River Dragons are playing against the lower end teams and yada yada yada. And you know what? So be it. Doesn't matter. We just got to worry about us. Doesn't matter who we're playing. We got to play the right way, the same way. And if we play the right way, the score is going to be a 7-1 or a 2-1. We run into a hot goalie. As long as we're only giving up that one, we'll always have a chance to win.
Well, I guess 2 points to make from that. Number one, you guys don't make the schedule. And number two, as long as you're picking up the 3 points, I mean, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, the goal is to finish at the top spot in the league. So hopefully we get home ice advantage throughout the playoffs no matter what. And, I think it had a big impact last year, and I think it's huge. So we just got to keep doing what we do, and hopefully everything keeps going well.
Baton Rouge continues to tweak and continues to move things around. I know Baton back in the lineup for the Zydeco. Outside of that, do you see too many changes between the last time we saw him last week?
I haven't really looked at the transactions. I don't think so. Obviously, Baton's back. He's played in the East Coast League, so he must be a really good player. So anyways, we just need to, again, not worry about anybody else. let him play, let him do his thing. Don't poke the bear. Let him sleep. Let him think he's the best player on the ice, and don't talk to him. Just let him sleep, and we'll take care of business.
Well, I know, Boom, especially like that is literally, I mean, coming from the mouth of a guy who lived that. You were out there trying to poke the other team's bear for your playing career.
No. I didn't like poking the bear.
No?
I was poking their best player.
Okay.
Which poked the bear.
Okay, there you go.
So you know what? I mean, again,
But you understand the dynamic is my point.
Absolutely. No, I mean, and I know, looking back, some of my tougher guys that said their job was to help me and protect me we would go into a place and they're like, can we just have a nice, easy, no hitter tonight, and let's not have too much fun kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, I'll work on that type thing. So I know I preach a little bit different, but I mean, you know what? Again, I've kind of said, if you want to mess around, we'll mess around with you. But if you want to play hockey, we're going to play hockey and beat you there too.
Well, let's go right to the keys to the game. How do you get the 3 points?
3 points, again, just less is more, no turnovers, and continue to hold our blue line and limit some of their shots.
All right, Jerome B. Sharp, world's best hockey coach. Thanks for joining us. Oh, best hockey coach ever. Sorry. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. We'll be right back with the drop of the puck in just a moment.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat.
Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Here he comes, boys.
Sure is beautiful. Here it is, boys. Who's ready to put it to work?
Me? There's only one way to settle this. Where'd he come from?
I win. Never saw him coming.
Must be the camo.
Drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth right now with 0% financing on select models. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Hi-ho, your gas is getting low, but you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's, Zelmo's, Zelmo's.
This month at Zelmo's, all Celsius energy drinks, 2 for $4.
But you're in luck, pull your car or truck into Zelmo's, Zelmo's, Zelmo's.
Always clean, always fast, always friendly. Zelmo Zip In, fueling life's passions for 20 years.
And now we are back just in time for our moment of silence here, and then the national anthem before we get things underway here tonight between the Zydeco and the River Dragons.
And those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. River Dragons, thank you. And now remain standing with hands over heart for the presentation of our national anthem, performed tonight by Steve Sebastian. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red the red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Steve Sebaski belting out the anthem here before tonight's game. And we are going to get ready to go here in just a moment. It's a great time to take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. Starting in it for the Columbus River Dragons, it's number 1, Brendan Colgan. He's 13-2-0-1 on the year with an .882 save percentage, a 3.17 goals against, and a shutout to his credit. It will be Bailey Stevens who gets the nod in net tonight here for the Zydeco. He's 0-1 on the season. His only appearance was here against the River Dragons last week. .875 save percentage, 8.0 goals against average. But as I mentioned, it's weird to have a goaltender give up 8 and still think he played really well. I think Bailey Stevens played really well in that one outing last week. And so the ceremonial puck drop on the ice, wrapping things up here. And we will get ready to drop the puck down on the ice in just a moment. Tonight's referee introductions are brought to you by the Optical Shop in Phoenix City, where right now for just $99 and a bag of chips, you can get 2 pair of eyeglasses. You should see the game they're missing. The Optical Shop in Phoenix City. Your referees tonight, number 2, Corey Fossa, number 52, Todd Greenberg, the linesman, number 26, Michael Maxson, and number 14, Jeff Marcinek. All right. As they say, let's do that hockey. Left to right, the River Dragons shall roll in front of our broadcast location in the red jersey, Zydeco in the whites. And we are underway. It's the McDonald unit out there starting things off with Moore and Hunter. And the River Dragons will go D to D here. Bockwell and Underwood, the starting defensive pairs. The puck tipped right in on Stevens, who will paddle it aside to Oza Lynch around to the right wing. And the Zydeco will knock that one to center, and now chasing it down into the left wing corner of the River Dragons zone is Jake Cox. Cox trying to push it free in the far side, battling behind the net. Puck on the near wing, flipped out to center. That one off the mitt of Aslan, came across right to Hunter. Hunter cuts it over the line, leaves it off up top, cross ice feeders. Moore shovels it in on goal, and Stevens over to his left to make the save. Zydeco will dump it in from center. Colgan will help it around the far side. Hunter waiting for it there. It goes back across to Shinkarik. Carter Shinkarik comes in with goals in his last 3. Feeds it onto the left wing to Moore. River Dragons in the middle of a change. Moore curls looking up top.
Quick shot on goal. Stevens the save off the blocker. Rebound is clear but not out. Shinkarik trying to hold it in, put it off Cox, and he will head to the bench. 1:15 gone here in this opening frame. Columbus pushing back into the right side. Here's Doe into the right wing corner. Jemayev and Petrantonio the line. Here's Jemayev on the right wing. To Doe behind the net. Austin Doe out the far side. Had Slahetka creeping over the point. Doe will curl back on the wall. He's got some room over there. Walks it in front. The shot, and that's tipped out of play. Austin Doe found himself a little extra space. He curled back down the boards on that far side. And Slahetka, who had crashed in the left point, went past him to go back up to the left point, created a little bit of a seam. Doe tried to exploit that, walked it in front. And the puck just deflected out there. 1:33 into this opening frame. Scoreless between the Dragons and the Zydeco. But Columbus with a face-off to the right of the Zydeco net. Draw pushed in behind the goal, swung away from Doe around to the right point. That's kept in by Duncan. On to the far wing, Zydeco over there. Petrantonio with a heavy hit on the far side. Puck in a pile now. Jemayev trying to help out. They kick away at it. French and near side. Quick shot in front. Doe is stopped by Stevens. A quick feed in front of the net. River Dragons with a nice scoring chance again here in the first couple of minutes of this game. They've already had 4 shots on goal and been able to work the puck in front. We talked about this in the Air Force Heating and Air pregame show. I don't think goaltending is a problem for the Zydeco. Defensively is where they really need to shore things up. Draw one back to Storjahan. It's Storjahan out there, along with Bersani, and there's Underwood shot from the point that missed, and Wickline, who's going to chase it to the left wing side. Behind the net to Bersani, who centers, pass blocked by Stevens, and he elects to hold on. Almost gave it right to Storjahan at the side of the net, but he's able to flop the old mid over it. 2:10 gone here in this first period. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A Midland. Face-off will be to the left of Stevens. Bersani in for it again, and across from Rowan, who wins it back. Zydeco clear to the line off of Underwood, and they are able to push it out. Up the left side, here's Rowan moving in, try to feed it across. There's a chance back door. What a save by Colgan with the right pad, and the net comes off behind him. Brendan Colgan's first save is an absolute beauty. That was robbery on a tic-tac-toe chance. Oh my goodness. .223 into the hockey game, and we might already have our number 1 save of the week for this week. Colgan getting the right leg out there, took it away. River Dragons push it back out the other way in with a chance, and a shot fought off the right arm of Stevens around to the right point. Underwood will step up and keep it in. There's Storjahan pushing behind the net. And now it's curled right in front. A chance towards the goal, and Wickline is robbed by the glove of Stevens. How about a little tit for tat from the goaltenders? Wickline waited, pulled it back to try to give himself a little bit more room on a shooting angle. Stevens recovered enough to get the glove up and defend that open side of the net. Couple of beauties back to back by the goaltenders here. McDonald in for the face-off here across from Cox. If we ever get the puck dropped, they both keep jumping in there early, and the linesman's just shaking his head at both of them. Puck down, and Cox will scoop it back to the corner. Haskins after it. Try to chip it up the near side boards. Comes out of the zone. And it's center. Cox throws a hit there, forces the turnover. Haskins move it over to Ozelinch, watched by McDonald. Haskins left side. Ahead to center on the wing, and now a chance for Chirac breaking in. Backdoor feed off the toe of the stick there. Unable to come up with it was Robinson. Wraps around to the left point. Ozelinch holding it in. A shot blocked by Moore. Chirac tried to spin free over there. Ends up with Hunter. Hunter plays it up the middle, and now River Dragons 3-on-2 developing. Moore moving in as McDonald in high slot. Fed it into his skates, and McDonald couldn't do anything with it. Puck isn't out yet, though. Columbus keeping it alive on the right wing side. But now it's picked off, and Cox moving it to center. Robinson up at the line, weaving, leaving, left side. Chirac curling, half wall, into the slot. That was taken away by Gill. Columbus is going to go for a change here. McDonald will fling that one in, a bouncer right in on net. Stevens has to make a shoulder save on the puck. Here's Aslan, a clearing attempt, hit Jemayev. Puck stays in. Now it's backhanded away from the charging Austin Doe. Jemayev ends up with it at center. He'll move it across and in on the left wing side. Bacon behind the net, dumped it around to the near wing. Hansen trying to move it to center. Back down the ice, here's Duncan on a rolling puck. Tellstrom got run into at center there. Not really sure if that was an incidental collision or not. Slahetka passing the right side, tipped down. There'll be no icing here. Aslan after it, leaving it behind the net. Bacon around the far side. Zydeco trying to break the zone. They turn it over in the right wing. Jemayev, quick shot, fought off by Stevens. He'll pounce on the rebound. 4:38 into the first. River Dragons and the Zydeco are scoreless. The next Eat with the River Dragons event at Chick-fil-A Midland will be Wednesday, February 28th from 6 to 7 p.m. Come meet with the team and get autographs, selfies, and more. That's only at Chick-fil-A Midland, Wednesday, February 28th from 6 to 7 p.m. Face off to the left of the Zydeco net. Wickline in there. He was robbed just a little bit earlier. Andrioli is now the extra forward out there. There's a centering feed. That one is taken away by Gowan. He'll move to center. His pass off some skates. Puts the play offside at the River Dragons line. And that offside brought to you by Old School Barber Shop. They're online at oldschoolbarber.com. You can book online anytime. You can also book your next appointment online 24/7 through their Instagram and Facebook. And they do recommend booking ahead. They are booked out. I was just over there the other day. As a matter of fact, Sherry was lining me up. And while we were talking about it, she said they are booked out a couple of weeks in advance right now. So if you want to get into Old School Barber Shop, you better do so by booking your next appointment online now. There's a chance in front. Tipped right in on goal, and the save made by Stevens on Storjahan. 5:11 gone here in the first. River Dragons and the Zydeco scoreless. Back with more in a moment. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is every single time you take a bite, you know you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches. There's no touching it.
Get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps. Plus bundle Internet 300 with YouTube TV for just $92.99 per month for 12 months with autopay and paperless billing.
What? Tim Hortons has a new $6 breakfast bundle? With a mouthwatering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood Tim's.
Scoreless here in the first period between the Dragons and the Zydeco. Tom Callahan here with you on this Chick-fil-A Midland first period. River Dragons hockey brought to you in part by BKI Accounting, a new age approach to old school accounting, specializing in payroll, bookkeeping, income and sales taxes for small business. Learn more at bkiaccounting.com. Well, 'tis the season too. I'll tell you what, tax day is going to be here before you know it. River Dragons controlling in the Zydeco zone right now. Baton Rouge trying to move that one out. Cannot. That puck is flipped over the glass. That'll be delay game. And the River Dragons are headed to the first power play of the game. 5:26 into the opening frame. Columbus on to the Loft power play. The Loft features live music every Friday and Saturday night. Show your River Dragons ticket stub for a 2-for-1 deal on cover. And this Saturday night, there will be a post-game party with the River Dragons. So Columbus, 5:26 in, delay game the call to the power play. There's a shot that's blocked on its way in, and now the puck is rolled wide of the net in front. Cleared down now by the Zydeco. Robinson is the guilty party. As Columbus moves it up, here's Moore in over the line. The 5 out there right now. Petrantonio to Doe. Petrantonio on the far side into the corner. Moore. Backdoor McDonald. Shot tipped out of play. Oh boy, I think that was Hansen. Just got the tip of the twig to that one. So the faceoff will stay inside. Good puck movement by the River Dragons. And I think McDonald just didn't quite have that puck settled when it came across to him. Wasn't able to let it go right away. This time the draw will be to the left of the Zydeco net. Petrantonio able to win it back. McDonald at the right point. Storjahan back to McDonald. Towards the slot. Moore poked it back to McDonald. McDonald into the slot. Moore tipped it towards the point, but it's taken away. And now here comes the Zydeco shorthanded. Chirac on the right side moving in. Slides it across, but too far ahead of Cox. Then Columbus will turn it back. Here comes Moore racing in on the right side. McDonald going to the net. Moore hooks it in front. It goes right out the other side of the crease. Chirac tried to bank it onto the zone. Ahead towards Jake Cox. In over the line on the left side. He'll leave it up top. Chirac lost it on the wall. Columbus will move it back. Storjahan to center. He'll send it around the rim. Behind the net. Stayed up on the dasher there for a minute. Chopped up in the air. A bounce to the line. Over the stick of McDonald and out. Columbus will start a change 30 seconds ago on the power play. Slahetka moves back in with it. Feeds it over to the far side. Now Shinkarik up top to Hunter on the near side. Up top Shinkarik. One-time drive, and that is blocked. And it goes out of the zone off of the shin pads of Jake Cox. Hunter quickly back into Jemaev. Jemaev left side getting it onto the half wall, and now fed back towards him, but blocked on the way and sent down by the Zydeco. Shinkarik winning the race back for the puck, and that'll do it for the power play. So the Zydeco have killed it off. Columbus is now 0-for-1 with the man advantage. Still no score here in the first period. Ryan Hunter on the right side in the backhand, looking to put it in front, pass blocked. And now it's Tellstrom. Up the left side, Robinson just out of the box. Left wing, he'll carry behind the net, out the far side. Robinson stops right half wall, knocked down by Shinkarik. Hunter on the puck. He's bodied off by Tellstrom. Tipped up top, ends up at the left point. Aslan into the left wing corner. Centering attempt, kick back to Aslan at the point. He'll feed over to the right side now. Shot coming in, tipped in front of Colgan just wide. Now Rowan centering, and that one is taken away by Columbus. River Dragons attack. Here they come right side, but Hunter had it chopped off his stick and all the way back down the ice. Colgan will leave it for Underwood. And Columbus after the change, Andrioli leaving it off for Bersani. Bersani in on the left side. Doe try to force it back in front. That was blocked. Back the other way, and that rush thwarted at center by the Zydeco continue on now. Rowan picking up the slack there and trying to drive on into the zone. And it's cleared out to center off of Andrioli. Rowan back up the other side with it. His shot found the dasher. Clear to the left point, cutting. Can't keep it in. Both teams resetting their lines here. We're just past 9 minutes into this first period of play. River Dragons and the Zydeco. Robinson gave it up at the line there, but McDonald ran into Gowan. Puck ends up back with Cutting on the left wing. His lead ahead hit Hunter. Stretching for it, Slaka popped it up in the air. And they say that's a hand pass as McDonald touched it there off the glove of Kyle Moore. Justin McDonald comes into tonight with his league record scoring streak intact and now at 23 consecutive games. He has a point in every game going all the way back to December 1st. And Kyle Moore is now up to 12 games. And that's his personal best as a professional. McDonald winning that draw back. There's a lead ahead, and now Hunter is in up on the D with a shot. That went off Haskins to the glass. Moore feeds it high slot. McDonald overskates the puck, couldn't steal it back. Cox the other way. On the left wing into space for Robinson. His backhand feed across, way too far for Sherrock. Sherrock curls on the right side with it, but immediately bodied off the puck. McDonald slides it across to Moore. Shinkarik into the rush. Takes the puck, passes behind him off the heel of his skates. Play is onside, however, but the Zydeco end up with possession. Just past the halfway point of period number 1, 9:52 and counting. Scoreless between the Zydeco and the River Dragons up the left side. Here's Hansen working it into the slot. That pass blocked by Gill. Gill will feed it across, a little chip ahead. Petrantonio looking for Andrioli, bounced over his stick. Asselin feeding it in front, and it will bounce towards the line. Hansen curling back inside with it. Lost it to Jemayev. Jemayev, in turn, could not hang on to it as he was hooked up. Puck to the right side. Petrantonio comes back for it. Offside whistle down. That'll get us to a break with 9:22 to go here in the first. Still scoreless between the River Dragons and the Zydeco. Columbus with an 8-2 shots advantage. We are back with more in just a moment. This is River Dragons hockey.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. I just love how the biscuit just matches perfectly with the spice on the chicken fillet. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. The chicken is always crispy. Then you add the spices to the chicken, instant classic.
Hi-ho, your gas is getting low, but you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
This month at Zelmo's, all Celsius energy drinks, 2 for $4.
But you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
Always clean, always fast, always friendly. Zelmo's Zip In, fueling life's passions for 20 years.
And we are back here with the River Dragons and the Zydeco. Tom Callahan here with you, and very pleased to have you on board. Thanks for joining us here, everybody. It's the River Dragons right now kicking it off. A little weekend series here with Baton Rouge that ends an 8-game homestand. And again, Columbus 16-0-1 at home, the last unbeaten team in the FPHL at home in regulation this year. Face-off is just outside the blue line. Puck is at center right now. Petrantonio on it. He'll fire it in around the rim. It goes. Andrioli out there with him on the left side. And the Zydeco end up with the puck. Hansen will wheel back inside his own end. He'll leave it off. Zydeco D to D. Asselin trying to move it to center. Coughed it up to Petrantonio. The captain wheels it in on the backhand behind the net. Stevens paddling it away with a goal stick. Up the near side. Bazarin into space. And ahead, Asselin jumps into the rush to Hansen. Feed into the slot, but Tellstrom couldn't handle it. Duncan trying to play it away off the glass. It hit a stanchion, kicks right in the slot. Hansen turns it towards the net. Backhand. And that one is knocked away by Colgan. Tellstrom was cutting right in front of the net. Good alert pass there by Hansen to get it to him. But Colgan able to make that save. 8:23 to go in the first. Scoreless. Both teams changing it up here as it's dumped in from center by Cutting. Goes past Colgan. Underwood trying to dump it up the wall. Puck pops high in the air and comes down right back in front of Underwood. Underwood does get to center. Hooks it across. Your Storjahan. Storjahan cutting in wide. Left wing side. Up top. Wickline a shot. Stevens a save. Coughed up in the slot though. Storjahan wheeling to his left. Has some room. Bottom of the circle. Off angle chance, and that one off the outside of the bar. Bersani keeps that one in down low. Wickline chasing after it. Sent around the near side rim. Gowan with it. Trying to move it out. Coughed it up again. Bersani down low. Storjahan. Wickline didn't shoot it right away and was intercepted from behind by Rowan. Zydeco wheel back the other way, and they are rubbed out at the line. By the way, number 9 is Artur Aloyan. And he is not wearing 3. He's wearing 9. Bersani will move it ahead. He's got Wickline with him. Leaving it for Wickline in over the line. He's got some room. Back to Bersani. Cutting in front. And the save made by Stevens going to his left. He hangs on. Well, again, both goaltenders have had to make some grade A stops here. Brendan Colgan, the very first shot he faced was a tic-tac-toe 3-on-1. What a beauty of a right pad save that was. And boy, a couple of times Bailey Stevens has come up absolutely massive for the Zydeco here. 5-on-5 we skate. Puck drop is controlled by Columbus in the offensive zone. They throw it on to the right wing side. Hunter pushing the puck back in front. It's knocked away to the wall and cleared out off the glass. Now race back the other way. Robinson tangled with Shinkarik. They go all the way behind the net. Gill over to try to help out his D partner. He assumes the battle with Robinson. Robinson to the far corner. Around the rim. Hunter tried to steer it out. Could not. Fed on to the near side. Shinkarik on it there. Behind the net to Gill. Gill pressured by Cox. Clears it around, does get it out over the line. Now here's a lead ahead and a chance. McDonald in behind the D, cutting in to the backhand, and he's hit from behind. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Centered it. Hunter couldn't get a shot either. Puck still not out. Here's Moore circling up top. Moore cutting to the right wing side. Tried to center, blocked by Haskins. He gets it up top. Now Hunter over. McDonald scores! This line cannot be cooled off. Justin McDonald, 24 games with a point. The streak continues, his 22nd goal of the year. And the FPHL's leading point getter gets another one. 13:39 time of the goal. Hunter and Moore the assists. Boy, Kyle Moore, great job wheeling with the puck. Just strong around the wall, able to move that one up top. Hunter, no panic as he got it over to McDonald. Boy, McDonald can pass, but he can also let it go. River Dragons dump it into the Zydeco zone. Bacon over after it, trying the right side. Pops up in the air. Puck comes down out at center. Now stick up high on Jamaeth. That's going to be a penalty. Bazarin is going to go for high sticking. And boy, he's already yelling at the referee. He's going to get himself a 10 if he doesn't boil or simmer down, I should say. He's opening the door to yell at the ref a little bit more. I realize that you have to argue for the next call, and that is kind of how it goes. 14:18 time of the call. River Dragons fans have definitely seen this movie before when Bazarin was with the Thunderbirds. Oh, and it is a 4-minute double minor for high sticking, not just a 2-minute garden variety. Well, so the River Dragons will have back-to-back kicks at the Loft Power Play can. The Loft has live music every Friday and Saturday night. Show your River Dragons tickets up for a 2-for-1 deal on cover. River Dragons pushing back in here on the left side. Shinkarik after a puck retrieval. The end of the corner, Shinkarik. They try to feed it in front. It's free to Jake Cox, who's going to push it ahead. And now the puck at the side of the goal held by Colgan. And he gives Jake Cox a little hug. Holds on to him. Of course, Jake, well known to everybody here in Columbus. He's a Columbus native. So now as we're getting the official refresh on the score sheet here. So the first two was high sticking. It was just a 2-minute, but then they gave him 2 more for unsportsmanlike. So that is what the call turned out to be for Bazarin. So it is 2 and 2. It's not 4. And, I mean, I hate to say it, but pretty much called that one. first time anything goes against you, you kind of charge after the ref like that. I mean, that's going to put you on his radar for the rest of the game as well, but earns him an extra 2 here that could be damaging to the Zydeco team early in the first. A lot of hockey left to be played on this weekend. Here's Slahetka on the right side, leaving up top to Shinkarik. River Dragons setting up the power play. Hunter looking onto the right wing, feeding it right to the back door. Slahetka lets it go, but he was fronted by Haskins. Shot blocked. 2:51 left to go in the 4-minute double minor against Bazarin. Coming all the way back to make the hit, take the puck. Here's Hunter in over the line. Wickline feeding it onto the left side. McDonald with a backhand. Stevens a save and a hold on. 4:20 to go in the first. River Dragons with a 1-0 lead on a Justin McDonald goal. Looking to stretch it here on the power play. We're back with more in just a moment. The first period presented by Chick-fil-A Midland. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Ice Spice?
Wait, who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
You're looking well.
I just needed something more refreshing, more crisp. I'm with Starry now.
This is intense.
He's so vulnerable.
But I love you. Please.
Aw, buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not.
Huh, Starry does taste better.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. I just love how the biscuit just matches perfectly with the spice on the chicken fillet. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A spicy chicken biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. The chicken is always crispy. Then you add the spices to the chicken, instant classic.
Beam, bringing East Alabama more. It's in our name.
1-0 River Dragons with 4:20 to go in the first period. 2:39 to go in the double minor against Bazarin. Got 2 for high sticking and 2 more for unsportsmanlike conduct. While we've got a moment, let's take a break 10 seconds along the network for station identification.
You're listening to River Dragons Hockey on WKCN HD2 Fort Moore, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
River Dragons put the 5 out there, but they lose the draw here, and it's sent down the ice. Brendan Colgan will field, and he will sweep it aside, but poor communication there results in a turnover and a chance in the slot for Sherrock, and a blocker save there for Colgan. Puck kicks off the end wall there, and now Tellstrom will feed it back down the ice. Roselinch with a pass that is deflected away, and now Columbus, they give it away again. Right side, here's Tellstrom. River Dragons a little bit flippant about their puck movement right now. Haskins will get it across to Ozelinch, and he will flip it back to Petrantonio, waiting just inside his own line. McDonald, Petrantonio on the right side, he'll skate it in. Into the right wing corner, sends it around the rim. Left point, Doe. Doe back down. Petrantonio skips it around behind the net. Storjahan tying up with Ozelinch. Onto the right half wall for McDonald. 1:38 to go on the power play. Puck up top, here's Doe. Try to feed it back across to McDonald. Pass deflected. McDonald comes out with it, though. He'll flick it across the ice into the corner to Petrantonio. Back up top, Doe, middle of the blue line. Doe, top of the near circle, McDonald. Walks into the dot, feeds it low. Storjahan up top, Doe, wrister, saves Stevens, and he absorbs that one right in the breadbasket. 3 minutes to go in the first, 1-0 Columbus. 1:19 left to go in the second of 2 minors against Bazarin. Shots are 14-4 in favor of Columbus. Bersani in for the face-off, and he wins it to Hunter. Moves it up top to Bockwell. Hunter, top of the near circle. To Bockwell. Bockwell shot and deflects in front. Might have gone off Bersani. Ends up with Wickline left side. Left wing corner. That one hopped past Bersani. Sent around the rim. Hunter cuts it off, though. Keeps it in. Underwood. Down low for Bersani. He comes back up the near shot with it. Right half wall to Hunter. 52 seconds to go on the power play. Fed up top. Bockwell fakes. Moves it over to the far side. Looking in front. Cross ice feeders. Hunter tried a shot, and he had that blocked by Rowan. Rowan chance to clear. Can't get it out. But now it's deflected back. Aslan feeding it over to the right side, and the Zydeco will finally fling it down the ice. Colgan has to play it away in front of his own net. River Dragons back right siders. Bersani moving it in. He'll send it deep. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Zydeco clear it again. Columbus is going to make one more change here as power play time ticks down. Enough time for one more rush here for the River Dragons. But for the most part, they have squandered this 4 minutes of power play time here. Really didn't register too much in the way of good chances. Bazrin out of the box. And that's it. Columbus now 0 for 3 with a man advantage. As that clear down the ice, kicks off a stanchion. They wave off icing. Brody Duncan back for it. They'll feed it across to Wickline. Bersani to Wickline. Wickline dumping it in. Bersani heads up after it. River Dragons are in offside. I don't think Bersani knew that. And the whistle goes with 1:20 left to go in the first. So we'll drop that one on the near side of the ice, just outside the Baton Rouge Zydeco zone. And Rioli in there for the face-off with Petrantonio and Storjahan here. River Dragons lines are a little bit piecemeal right now as they try to get it to the end of the frame after that extended stint on the power play. Colgan will leave it off at the side of the net. Columbus up the left wing side. They'll try to attack. 1 minute left to go in the first. Andrioli tried to split the D. Could not push the puck ahead. Petrantonio right in towards the net. Almost got a chance. Puck up top. Slahetka looking for a seam with a wrist shot. He scores! Nolan Slahetka! His point streak now at 5 games. And Slahetka with a wrister that looks like it might have ramped out a stick up high off of a Zydeco player, but it beats Stevens over the shoulder with 53.5 seconds to go in the period. And for Slahetka, that's his 6th goal of the year. And that's a big lift for the River Dragons as we get a whistle here, 46.6 seconds to go. Face-off will come just outside the Zydeco line. Right now, Petrantonio, the only assist on the goal. But Columbus, well, that's a huge one, especially after the power play didn't go the way they wanted it to. And the Zydeco could have easily been taking the momentum back. Andrioli now fighting for the puck on the forecheck here. Half minute to go in the period. River Dragons looking for another one. And it's poked away to center. Shinkarik across to Gill. He'll loop back in his own end. 17 seconds to go. Zydeco with a 2-man aggressive forecheck here. River Dragons with a long pass to center. Doan over the line. Got put into the wall. More centered, but that one banked away. Down to 5 seconds to go in the period. Zydeco will fire one the length of the ice over the head of Colgan. And they whistle that one down for icing. Just 0.2 seconds to go. Actually kind of surprised they didn't just let the clock run out on that one. They're going to make him drop the puck at center. The Zydeco arguing that Robinson was in. He was at least in a race. I think they felt the whistle was just simply early. I honestly don't blame them. It was a little early, but whether or not Robinson would have won that race to the puck is a moot point here. Is again, 0.2 of a second left. It's just the semantics of a face-off win for the River Dragons here heading off into the intermission. Columbus, although they don't take advantage of 3 power play chances in the opening frame, they do end up scoring a couple of even strength markers. And we will talk about the scoring streaks involved with those even strength markers because, believe it or not, there are quite a few. So when we get to that portion of our first period intermission, when we get inside the numbers a little bit, there's a lot to look at as far as the River Dragons and their offensive output from that opening frame. 2-0, Columbus has the lead, 20 minutes in. And in that first period intermission report coming up, which is brought to you by Sun South John Deere, we've got a Zelmo's Zip-In out-of-town scoreboard. Say that 5 times real fast. And then we will also have a wrap-up of the scoring for you. And next, we have a chat with a guy we haven't had the pleasure of visiting with yet this year. Stay tuned. Defenseman Brody Duncan is our first period intermission guest. That's coming up on the other side of the break. This is River Dragons Hockey.
Here he comes, boys.
Sure is beautiful. Here it is, boys. Who's ready to put it to work?
Me? There's only one way to settle this. Block. Where'd he come from?
I win.
Never saw him coming.
Must be the camo.
Drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth right now with 0% financing on select models. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
What? Tim Hortons has a new $6 breakfast bundle? With a mouthwatering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood Tim's.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
Hi-ho, your gas is getting low, but you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
This month at Zelmo's, all Celsius energy drinks, 2 for $4.
But you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
Always clean, always fast, always friendly. Zelmo's Zip-In, fueling life's passions for 20 years.
Welcome back here on the Sun South John Deere First Intermission Report. We're joined by Brody Duncan, River Dragons defenseman. Brody, thanks for taking the time to join us and talk to us a little bit about your journey back to Columbus. I know that you played here previously, but you make the decision to come back here. And how did you arrive back in Columbus, Georgia?
So played a few years in the SP and won a championship here, and always been on the back of my mind, and always talking with Krupe and seeing how much fun the guys have down here. I just couldn't wait to get back and I guess home for me.
I know that you've literally made an impact in your first couple of games. We've noticed a couple of big hits out of you out there. Talk to fans who may not have seen you the first time around. Describe your game, if you will.
Yeah, good skating defenseman. Like to lay some hits and protect teammates and make the first pass.
And I guess that falls in line with a lot of what the River Dragons are trying to preach right now. You look at Boomer, obviously you know him as a coach, but the messaging right now that's going to this team, because you guys are going so well, you're on this 13-game win streak. I mean, talk about what's being said in the room and how that's landing with the players.
With a veteran group like we have, and even the rookies they're out there, they look like veterans. So just simple, do your job. We can do it as a team. No one needs to do it themselves, and just play the game the right way. Good things will happen.
Having some of that familiarity with some of the guys on the team, did that make your transition back into the locker room a little easier?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the leaders on this team are unbelievable guys, good hockey players, but unbelievable human beings. So just that part of it was awesome.
And then talk about, I mean, looking down the road here now for this hockey team, you're going well right now, but what's the focus on here this weekend against the Baton Rouge Zydeco?
I think the last few games, especially this weekend, we're focused on keeping the puck out of our net. We know we can score. We don't need to win 6-5. I think we can win 3-1, 2-1, 1-0, and just back it in the D zone a little bit better.
All right, Brody, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Best of luck the rest of the way. All right, back with more in a moment. This is the Sun South John Deere First Intermission Report.
Here he comes, boys.
Sure is beautiful. Here it is, boys. Who's ready to put it to work?
Me? There's only one way to settle this. Where'd he come from?
I win.
Never saw him coming.
Must be the camo. Drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth right now with 0% financing on select models. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Football time!
Set the tone. Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes. Yeah, good job. Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
We're always going a million different directions.
But Kinetic Credit Union makes it easy for all of us to stay connected, all in one place.
With the Kinetic mobile app, we both can monitor our accounts on the go. We can create account alerts so we know when there's a change. Apply for a loan or credit card. We can even open a new account.
Plus, you can quickly pay bills, transfer money, or make a deposit anytime, anywhere.
Kinetic makes our life a whole lot easier.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
My dog Georgette was diagnosed with cancer. After her treatment, we would pass Chick-fil-A. I started seeing Mr. Brian often. She would get her little treat of whipped cream.
We recognize each other, Georgette and I do. That particular day, Elaine pulls up. She said, Georgette is cancer-free.
I came around the corner with Georgette in my car, saw all the employees out there just like clapping and cheering. I started getting really emotional because I was just like, that's so nice.
We love all our customers that come through. This one just happens to have 4 legs. Congratulations, Georgette.
Callahan here with you. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2-0 River Dragons after one period of play. 20 minutes in, Columbus scoring twice at even strength. And, a bit of a goaltender's duel. Even though the shots might not tell you that story, both goaltenders have had to be big already. This could be a 4-2 game right now, but it's 2-0 Columbus. So let's start with a wrap-up of the scoring for you. And it starts at 13:39. Justin McDonald. This line just cannot be stopped. Hunter and Moore setting up McDonald for the goal. And you know what? Kyle Moore starts his play off on the right side. He's able to rag the puck around behind the net, just strong on the puck as he intercepted a clearing attempt up top, curled all the way around, and then feeding it to Hunter at the far side hash mark. Hunter was in a pretty good shooting position, but had some traffic in front. Elects to dish off to McDonald closer to the near face-off dot. McDonald makes no mistake for his 22nd of the year. And it's 1-0 River Dragons. Then, after the River Dragons did not score on a double minor power play, they do get one back at even strength. And I think that was a huge momentum goal in 2 different ways. Number one, after the River Dragons don't score on that extended power play, and in fact, I don't think had too many quality looks, it picks your spirits back up. When Slahetka, with a wrist shot from the point that was deflected off a Zydeco defender's stick, it beats Stevens up over the shoulder, the 6th for Slahetka from Petrantonio. And more importantly, it happens with under a minute to go in the period. So that's big for the River Dragons' confidence and momentum, but it's also a bit of a dart to the Zydeco because they were feeling pretty good after killing off that double minor. They looked like they were starting to pick up a little bit of momentum, and in a game where you're being outshot 15-5 in that first period, Columbus maybe a little wary of letting the Zydeco back in it, but you're able to kind of put a pin in the balloon there at the end of the period, get that second goal, and now 2-0 is different coming out here to start the second period than it would be if it was 1-0, or perhaps who knows what might have happened in the final minute had the Zydeco been allowed to maybe swing that pendulum back the other way and get some momentum going. As I told you, shots are 15-5 in the period. River Dragons 0 for 3 in the first on the power play. Zydeco did not get a power play chance, so you also know what that means. Speaking of pendulums swinging back the other way, I'm sure the Zydeco will have some chances coming up here in the very near future. It's just human nature. It's how it works. Okay, so I told you that there were some streaks involved in those, and indeed there are in those goals. So Justin McDonald, the most important. Now 24 games with a point. That dates all the way back to December 1st for McDonald. It is a league record that continues to grow. And now he has 18 goals, 34 assists, 52 points in that stretch. Kyle Moore, his scoring streak now goes to 13 games, 11 goals, 19 assists, 30 points in that stretch. Now, maybe the unexpected ones, well, not unexpected. Josh Petrantonio, the captain, is now up to 6 games, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. But Nolan Slahetka, very quietly, a point-a-game pace here now over the last 5 games. He has 3 goals, 2 assists in those last 5 games. And Slahetka with a 5-game scoring streak. So that's kind of a fun one to keep an eye on for River Dragons fans. So a little bit of a look there inside those numbers and kind of maybe give you a little bit of a smile there, especially when you see Slahetka's name onto a 5-game streak. Boy, you love it because, I mean, guys like him don't get a whole heck of a lot of attention, and it's fun when they do. All right, Zelmo Zippin out of town scoreboard. Zelmo's Zippin has been fueling life's passion since 1999 at McMorran Arena right now. In the second period, the Motor City Rockers have opened up a 2-0 lead over the Port Huron Prowlers. The Blue Ridge Bobcats trailing the Elmira River Sharks 1-0 at First Arena. That game in the second period as well. Watertown Wolves have a 1-0 lead after 1 over the Danbury Hat Tricks. And the Carolina Thunderbirds out to an early 1-0 lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. That game just past the halfway point of the opening frame. The only NHL game tonight doesn't drop the puck for another half hour. The Hurricanes are at the Arizona Coyotes. And in the men's college basketball out-of-town scoreboard, I told you we keep an eye on that Kennesaw State score for you for the local fans. Just into the second half, Kennesaw State 55-54 over North Florida. And that game, just as I mentioned in the second half, one final from earlier, Cornell 75-62 over Harvard. And one you might want to watch a little bit later on that could have some implications a little bit further as we get towards Selection Sunday. 20-5 New Mexico is at 19-6 San Diego State. That is a 10 o'clock tip. All right, 2-0. River Dragons in the lead here after 1 period of play. That's it for our Sun South John Deere first period intermission report. When we come back, it'll be time to drop the puck on the second period of action as the Zamboni wrapping it up out there on the ice, and we're ready to get the boys back out there. Stay tuned. There's plenty more coming your way. This is River Dragons Hockey.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
At Beam, we take pride in being a part of our community, and we're committed to seeing it grow. We continually volunteer with organizations that are making a difference. Together, we are building a better community while building the best internet that exceeds the technology of metropolitan cities. But more importantly, one that connects us all. We want to ensure reliability. So for this reason, we're willing to go the extra mile. We aim to provide the community with high-quality internet and cable services because we live here too.
Because at Beam, community is not just a place. It's the way we do business.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat. Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Tim Hortons has a new $6 breakfast bundle with a mouthwatering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle.
Here he comes, boys.
Sure is beautiful.
Here it is, boys. Who's ready to put it to work? Me? There's only one way to settle this. Where'd he come from? I win.
Never saw him coming.
Must be the camo.
Drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth right now with 0% financing on select models. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Well, you can always tell when the officials get back on the ice, can't you? A little smattering of booze. These guys can't catch a break. They get booed. They didn't even call a penalty against the River Dragons in the first period, and they're still getting booed coming out here for period number 2. 2-0 Columbus in the lead. Tom Callahan here with you as we come back here getting ready to start period number 2, which is brought to you by Wow Internet. Proud to sponsor the Columbus River Dragons this season. Team up with Wow for fast home internet for $30 a month. It's a good deal for good sports fans. Go Dragons! And both teams returning to the ice, getting onto their respective benches. Columbus is going to roll right to left in front of our broadcast location for period number 2. Five aside to open things up here in the second. And right now, Justin McDonald is gesturing towards something either behind the net or in the corner. Not sure if there's anything that needs attention down there or not. I will tell you that while we were at intermission, they did replace a pane of glass behind what is now the Zydeco net. But it doesn't look like anybody over there is working on anything. So perhaps that has indeed been taken care of. McDonald, Moore, and Hunter will get the nod up front. Underwood and Bockwell to start things off here defensively. Brennan Colgan in the net down to our right, down to the left. Bailey Stevens. Robinson across from McDonald. Second period's underway. Here's Columbus attacking on the right side end with a shot. Hunter and a glove save there by Stevens. Just 9 seconds into the second period. Face-off will be to his left. And Justin McDonald, as he does, instructing, directing, could easily be a traffic cop if he so chose after this gig is over. Tied up on the dot, face-off pushed over, and Hunter out of the pile with it. Tried to put it up to Moore. Moore had to steal it back. Swings it to an open wing. Hunter on it. He'll send it around the rim. McDonald waits behind the net. Tries to slip the check of Haskins. Puts it right up top, and it's deflected away to Chirac. Chirac at center. Try to push that one across. It drifts in. Colgan steered aside for Bockwell. Left side for Hunter. And chopped out of the air by Chirac. River Dragons touch it. Play continues. McDonald Flings it across in the slot. There's a chance, and they score! What a great play by Kirk Underwood. McDonald flung a pass across. Underwood gloved it down, put it down to his stick, and got a quick shot off that beat Stevens to the glove side to make it 3-0, 42 seconds into the period. That one's a little bit of a surprise right there. And it was served up quickly by Underwood. Great goal as he's able to catch that puck. McDonald, his second point of the night, and for Underwood, his second goal of the season as he jumps into the play on that one. Zydeco trying to push back here, see if they can make something happen. Mazarin feeds it back in front, cleared away off a skate. Now a centering attempt. Tellstrom couldn't catch up with it. Now there's a lead ahead, looking for Doe, but that one was blocked down. And Aslan will feed it across to Bacon. Over to the far wing, it's tipped past Petrantonio. Shinkarik will gather, try to back all the way into his own end. Coughed it up at the line, though. Here's Hansen on the left side, trying to walk it in front with a shot. Colgan the save. Rebound to the corner, Tellstrom. Up top, Bacon. His shot blocked off the shin pads of Doe, and it rolls away. Back down the ice, Zydeco on the regroup. River Dragons to the change. Basserin waiting for his mates to get onside. They do. He steps in on the wing, lost it though, and now Storjahan able to push it ahead through center. Gets in over the Zydeco line, leaving it. Bersani in, wrist shot, try to go blocker. I believe Stevens got a piece as it kicks out of play. 1:49 into the second period, 3-0 River Dragons. McDonald with the assist. Now a goal and an assist on this game already. And his scoring prowess continues. Also, we'll talk about this in a second here. Storjahan on the left side with the puck right in front, and that bounces up over top of the net. In behind now, Bersani out with it after Wickline knocked a man down behind the net. Puck on the near side is lifted out of there and comes to center. Gowan on it. He tried to dump it in, dumped it right into Storjahan. It turns it the other way. Little pitch and catch in the neutral zone between these two teams right now. Allahan dumping it in. And now Duncan with a pass ahead. Our thanks to Duncan for joining us in the first period intermission. Getting a chance to catch up with Brody Duncan again, the former and now current River Dragon who found his way back. Storjahan up top, Slahetka. Slahetka lets it go, missed the net. River Dragons keeping on the cycle on the left wing side. Wickline knocked down and behind the play there. Bersani able to pull it out of the pile. Cuts in front. Wickline up top. Stevens the save. Rebound to the line. Duncan will keep it in. Flips it deep on the backhand. Wickline after it. Leaves it near side. Jemaev gets it in front and stick tied up for Bersani. Couldn't shoot. Duncan has to jam it away to the wall. Now it's dumped in by the Zydeco. Colgan will leave it at the side of the net. And we get a whistle here. And we actually have a penalty coming up from in behind the play. Let's see what the indication is here. Slashing. McDonald goes over to inquire as to the nature of the infraction. It is against the River Dragons. Well, as I told you, it didn't take a whole lot of crystal ball gazing to tell you that that was going to happen as Hunter Bersani headed into that Abercrombie bonding penalty box. And so the River Dragons will see if they can spring Bersani out of there in 2 minutes' time. 3:12 time of the penalty here in the second. First power play kick at the can for the Zydeco. River Dragons start by clearing the puck out and down the ice. Columbus's penalty kill is first in the FPHL, 85% this year. Zydeco power play ninth at 13.7. Zydeco look to move it ahead. Here's Tellstrom. At center, Tellstrom will dump it in. Kicks off the top of the dasher up into the air and out of play. That one was just perfectly placed off the top of the puck board there. Ends up getting a whistle And a face-off outside the zone. 31 seconds into the power play. 3-0 River Dragons leading it here early in the second period. We played 3:43 in. Columbus won the draw but can't clear. Rowan able to step up and keep that Bockwell clear from leaving the zone. Thompson tried to move it behind himself. Underwood ends up with it off the dasher and down it goes. Zydeco quickly back. Jamaev up front with Andrioli here on this penalty kill. Left-siders Rowan in over the line, chopped off his stick. Left side Tellstrom sets up, half wall up top, one-time shot, ripped wide around the rim it goes, and it clears itself. Hansen fired that one wide of the net. The dump took care of itself. That allows the River Dragons to change up. At least partially here. Puck ahead to Robinson, but deflected right to Underwood, who golfs it back down. Played the punch, kept it low out of the wind. And now turned over the side of the net. Here's Austin Doe. Looking for a shorthanded chance, looping high in the zone. Doe carries it back to center, kills a little more time. He'll send it back down, and now Shinkarik will frisbee that one down. 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. Bersani already up on his skates, looking to get out of that penalty box. Well, he can't wait to spring out of that Abercrombie Bonding penalty box. Bersani's just rocking over there, waiting to get out. 5 seconds ago, and he will do just that as the Zydeco move it through center. Asselin up the left side. Sherratt cutting into the slot. And we're back to 5-on-5 as the puck is knocked away. And now back comes Columbus. Up the right side, Petrantonio. Bersani into the rush with him. Chipped ahead, looking for Bersani. Tried to leave it in space, but taken away. Sherratt with the puck, stopped inside his own line and taken right back. Here's Doe ahead, leaves for Bersani. Bersani looking in front, back to Doe, tips, and a save made by Stevens. Wickline looking to move it in space there. That one is cut off, but the puck ends up left point, kept in by Shinkarik. His shot, looking for a tip down low. Doe directed it wide. Zydeco trying to get regrouped here. They have half a power play unit out there right now as they've been trying to slide guys off for a change in behind. Now it's cut off at the line. No, River Dragons have to tag it up. Storjahan knocked it out of the air, directed it back in, but linesman saying he did it from outside the blue line. Dump back into the Columbus end of things here. 6:10 gone in the second period. 3-0 Columbus in the lead. Storjahan up the left side, and he is knocked down by Ozelinch, and now behind the play another penalty. We'll tell you about it when we come back. As Bazarin heads to the box, River Dragons to the power play, leading at 3-0. 6:16 into this second period, brought to you by Wow Internet. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps. Plus bundle Internet 300 with YouTube TV for just $92.99 per month for 12 months with autopay and paperless billing.
Wow.
With Wow, you now get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps. All for only $30 a month with autopay and paperless billing.
Wow.
For your dreams.
So the River Dragons go right back on to the Loft power play. The Loft has live music every Friday and Saturday night. Show your River Dragons tickets up for 2-for-1 cover at the Loft. And this Saturday night, post-game party with the River Dragons following the game. 21 and over, please. Face out to the right of the Zydeco net. And the 5 out there for Columbus. Here's Doe up top. Trying to slide it far side. Picked off by Cox. And he's able to clear it out. Cox will feed it ahead. Here's Robinson. Shorthanded chance off the blocker of Colgan. Puck ends up on the far side. Robinson will swing it up top. Haskins lost it, and now Petrantonio breaking ahead. He's hooked up. Another penalty coming up. Petrantonio shot wide. Penalty shot? No. Hooking call. Oh, boy, that could have been a penalty shot. Instead, it'll be a $129, a 5-on-3. And I'm not real sure how Haskins can argue that one. He gave him the old can opener right there. I don't think they call enough penalty shots. Five on three, plenty of ice. River Dragons go to work. McDonald a shot. That one is tipped wide of the net. Petrantonio picks it up on the right side. McDonald, top of the near dot. Storjahan, McDonald, Petrantonio, top of the far circle. Doesn't shoot, flips it in front. Doe with a tip, rebound, side of the net. Storjahan can't shoot, tied up. He puts it back to McDonald. McDonald, Storjahan behind the net. Far side, tried to slip it around. It came right back to him. They battle. French can't clear. Storjahan on it again. Into the slot looking for Petrantonio, deflected to the wall. Petrantonio keeping it in. 48 seconds of the 5-on-3. McDonald in. Wrist shot, and that one is tipped to the glass. Hits a stanchion, stays in the corner. Cleared to the right point, not out. Petrantonio over to McDonald. McDonald moving in, rolling puck. Backdoor feed. Went across. Moore has to get it out of the corner. Petrantonio, one time he scores! Josh Petrantonio with a one-time rocket from the top of the far circle. It's a 5-on-3 power play goal, and the River Dragons have a 4-0 lead. Josh Petrantonio's got himself a 2-point night here. 7:43 time of the goal. Petrantonio's 15th of the season. And the first power play marker for the River Dragons here tonight. And now they still have Haskins to serve the last minute, 5 seconds of his hooking call. There's a shot in on Colgan by Robinson. Hang on to that. Austin Doe picking up the assist on that one. I think they'll probably give another one. Perhaps to Justin McDonald before it's all said and done. As the Zydeco try to push ahead. Well, coming into tonight, Austin Doe was on a scoring streak of his own, 9 coming in. Now that is 10. 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. He's got 44 now total on the season for Austin Doe. Yet another River Dragons player who is really just having a revival type season. And Doe and Petrantonio both said this is our last year. And as Petrantonio likes to say, he felt there were too many doors open. He wants to close those doors this season. And boy, I tell you what, between he and Doe, they are really working well together and separately. And now here's a shorthanded chance poked away. Robinson breaks in. He's all alone in a goal. Shut down on the 5-hole by Colgan. A shorthanded breakaway by the boards. River Dragons quickly back. Jamea puts one on goal, and the save made there. Boy, oh boy, Brendan Colgan. A couple of 10-bell saves in this one here. Zydeco able to clear it. That's going to pretty much do it for the power play. Haskins set to come out of the penalty box as Columbus up ahead, 5-on-5 now. Here's a chance for the wing. A shot, they score! That wrist shot was deflected in, and again, I believe it goes in off a Zydeco defender. I believe that was Haskins. But it's going to be Bersani who gets credit for the goal, and it's 5-0 Columbus. .852, the time of that marker. The goal's 1 minute 11 seconds apart. That's his 7th. Storjahan and Blackwell with the assists. Zydeco trying to regroup here, down 5-0 in a clear. Hits Bersani. Bersani after it. Curls behind the net. Back in front to Storjahan, and his shot sent wide. And now The puck cleared towards the line. Tellstrom will tip it out. Bazarin out there threw a bit of a late hit towards Bersani, who bounced off the glass and absorbed it, but you got to keep an eye out. Here come the River Dragons again. Bersani backdoor feed, hooked up. Andrioli couldn't get a shot away. Backhanded off the glass by Gowan out to center. Bockwell on it, turning it back. Andrioli trying not to overskate it, has it in his skates. Kicks it through the traffic. Now ahead to Bersani again, moving in. Storjahan in the slot. He'll curl. Feed it across, and it's directed up now to the left point. A bouncer kept in by Bockwell. His shot towards the net, and a save by Stevens despite the screen in front. Good stop. Duncan will curl back with it. Bockwell left side. River Dragons looking to make a change here as it's dumped in. Hits the back of the net. Past the halfway mark of the second period now. Hunter, McDonald, Moore step out. Cleared to the line, but not out. Held in to the slot. McDonald across. Quick one time, and that one is wristed wide. Might have gone off the toe of Hunter's stick. Now feed into the slot. McDonald, a backhand across. Hunter one times it, and a rolling puck ends up in the netting. And I know Ryan Hunter's a little upset with himself, but that one was on edge when he let it go. Not a bad idea to shoot a puck in that situation, but it does not behave, and out it goes. 9:23 to go in the second. 5-0 River Dragons. We are back with more of the second period presented by Wow Internet in just a moment.
With Wow, you now get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps, all for only $30 a month with autopay and paperless billing.
Wow. Here he comes, boys.
Sure is beautiful.
Here it is, boys. Who's ready to put it to work?
Me? There's only one way to settle this. Where'd he come from?
I win.
Never saw him coming.
Must be the camo.
Drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth right now with 0% financing on select models. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
Get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps. Plus bundle Internet 300 with YouTube TV for just $92.99 per month for 12 months with autopay and paperless billing.
Wow.
$9:23 to go in the second period. 5-0 River Dragons over the Zydeco. And wanted to say hello one more time to our Zydeco friends watching the game over at Big Mike's in Denham Springs. The Zydeco watch party. And I know you guys tuning into River Dragons hockey as well. We want to thank everybody for being a part of River Dragons hockey here. Our fine sponsors, if you are in the Columbus area, even if you're not. Maybe you're somewhere else that's got a Tim Hortons or an Applebee's, or maybe you can get Wow Internet where you are. Whatever the case may be, we just ask you to support those who make River Dragons hockey possible and thank them for their support as well. River Dragons trying to win the draw in the Zydeco zone. A centering attempt there. Comes over to the near side. And battling back for it is kept in by McDonald. McDonald, far dot, one-time shot, and that one is heeled out of play. See if that was deflected. Are they going to put the face-off outside? It will stay inside. To the left of the Zydeco netminder, Bailey Stevens, who's faced 22 shots in the River Dragons. Out of the 5 that have gone in, 2 have been tipped off of Zydeco players. It's just been one of those evenings. Certainly for the Zydeco. I know that it feels like it turns it into a long night pretty quick, and it does, but they're still out there fighting, scrapping, trying to keep the energy up, find a way back into this hockey game. Robinson with a centering feed, and Colgan knocked it away before it got to Cox, who was open on the back door. Puck ends up in the slot area, and that is wedged out by Columbus. Bacon challenged at the line, coughed up to Hunter. Hunter fan of the shot. And now chipped to the wall, left side. Moore trying to help him out. Hunter lost it in the pile. Asselin out the left side of his net. David Asselin playing it ahead. Chased down by Duncan, and Zydeco starting a change here. Brody Duncan will loop out the left side of his own net. They'll flip it ahead, and a bouncer. Robinson cut it off and brings it back in for the Zydeco. Into the right side corner to Jake Cox. Rolling puck behind the net. Slaheka rubs him out on the glass. Columbus will reset. Puck ends up back with Slaheka. Fans on it, gives it over in front, and Tellstrom stopped on the doorstep. Well, once again, Brennan Colgan has to be wide awake. Here's Jemayev stepping ahead, in over the line, but he's hooked up from behind. And now, on the left side, here's Doe. Doe putting it in front, right across the goal mouth, in fact, out the other side. There's a chance, tipped in front, headed for Austin Doe on the back door, deflected away by the D. Doe ends up with it. Puck up on the glass, Tellstrom in the pile, Duncan holding it in, flips it into the far corner. Petrantonio coming down the wall right side, kicks it in towards the corner. Cycled around to the near wing, Petrantonio trying to get there. And it's played out by the Zydeco. Right side, here's Hansen with a pass into space. Bass right into the high slot, cutting to the backhand. Haskins hooked it across forehand and just coughed it up. Back pushes Doe, left wing, moving in. He's got help going to the net. Shinkarik leaves it into the slot. Jemayev, backdoor feed. They score. Josh Petrantonio. He puts it away as Stevens couldn't get over in time. 7:04 to go in the second period. Petrantonio's got his second of the game, and it's 6-0. Alexander Jemayev with a great pass across the ice. Saw Petrantonio cutting over there. It's 12:56 time to the goal. And the River Dragons just continue to find ways to pour pucks into the net. This Columbus team, in its last 4 games, has scored 30 goals coming into tonight. Here's Andrioli with a shot missed on the glove side. Wraps its way all the way around the glass to center. Shinkarik will pick up an assist as well. And now in front, Shinkarik knocked down. He's a little slow to get up. Puck stays in. Zydeco, side of the net, there's a shot and deflected right across the goal mouth. And back up the left side, here's Bersani hustling ahead. Bersani in behind the D with a wrist shot, and that would have tipped up into the glass. Just reaching back to get a piece there was Cutting. Quick line at the point, leaving it on the right side for Gill. Gill, high slot, in trouble, pressured across the line. Flips it to an open space on the right side. Andrioli trying to keep it in. Cannot. Gowan will move it away. Gowan in over the line, feeding it up top. Shot coming in, and that hit Gowan as he was weaving in front there of his teammate. And that is Artur Aloyan. Boy, bodies are kind of falling everywhere right now, and Gill is down, and he's not getting up real fast. He's down on all fours here. He's up now, heading to the bench under his own power. Not sure what happened to Gilly there. I know there was a collision on the far side wall between he and a Zydeco player. Both of them looked like they felt the impact, but Gill was the one who stayed down a little longer. The whistle stops things with 5:52 to go in the second. I know Shinkarik also took a blow earlier in the shift that slowed him. Turning it into a bit of a rough period here for the River Dragons. Straw to the right of the Columbus net. That one is one back towards Underwood. He tries to put that one out. Second attempt, that one off the boards. Zydeco pinching it off of the far wall. It ends up right in front, but Bach will able to take it away. Here's McDonald in space, a little flip, and Aslan cut that out. Otherwise, Moore was away in a 2-on-1. Bouncer at center, Robinson left side. Chirac cutting into the wing, back in front of shot. Colgan to his left to shut it down, takes it away from Cox. And another big save out of Brennan Colgan. Pushed back in here by the Zydeco. Left side, Cox in front. That one blocked by Underwood before it ever got through. Boy, Brennan Colgan putting on a bit of a clinic of his own. It's 6-0 right now, River Dragons. But I tell you what, Brendan Colgan is making sure that that lead does not shrink at all. Here's a long lead down the ice that Hunter's going to track down. There'll be no icing into the Zydeco zone. Ryan Hunter tying it up, waiting for the cavalry to arrive, and it does in the form of Josh Petrantonio. He'll loop it around to the left wing side. Jemayev up after it as Hunter finally gets to the bench. Jemayev behind the net, wraparound attempt. Couldn't get it to go. Jemayeff on the far side. Another try. Stevens the save at the left post. And he'll hold on for the whistle and the break. 4:28 to go in the second period, presented by Wow Internet. River Dragons with a 6-0 lead over the Baton Rouge Zydeco. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
With WOW, you now get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps, all for only $30 a month with autopay and paperless billing.
Wow.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
Get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps. Plus bundle Internet 300 with YouTube TV for just $92.99 per month for 12 months with autopay and paperless billing.
What? Tim Hortons has a new $6 breakfast bundle? With a mouthwatering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle at your neighborhood Tim's.
Well, of all the sing-along songs that I thought we would hear at the Columbus Civic Center, I didn't know that Strawberry Wine was on the list, but apparently it is right now. A lot of the fans singing along. All right. You never know. You never know what to, well, I mean some tunes, you know. You know fans are going to sing The Journey. You know that. You know they're going to sing The Sweet Caroline, but I didn't have Strawberry Wine on that list. River Dragons control the draw. We skate 5-on-5 here. River Dragons up 6-0 over the Zydeco in the second period. It's out up on the half wall. Hansen around after it. Jemayeff trying to pin him on the boards. Coughed up behind the net. Jemayeff over there with Doe. Doe back to Jemayeff. Jemayeff back to Doe. Still behind the net. Doe try to feed it up top. He was tied up on the far side by Hansen. Jemayeff over to help him out. Pulls it out into the slot. Jemayeff leaving off of the right point. Plenty of room. Zydeco walks down. In with the backdoor feed, and he just missed Duncan crashing on the back door. Back the other way. Here's Bazarin in over the line. Knocked away from him. And over the stick of Zydeco onto the far side. Bazarin looping up high in the zone at the line. Poked off his stick, and now 2-on-1. River Dragons up. Austin Doe, Zydeco, now Petrantonio, and Doe in, shoots, and he scores! Austin Doe makes it 7 with 3:34 to go in the second. Doe's 16th goal of the year. Boy, he had options aplenty. Zydeco jumped into the rush with him. Petrantonio was the high man trailing. But Doe said, I've got this one. Beat Stevens on the stick side. River Dragons push right back in again. Right side, here's Wickline. Wickline will send it deep. Karams right over to Storjahan. Zydeco picking up an assist. And now the Zydeco on the regroup here. Gowan out the near side. Columbus 7 or more now in 5 straight games. 6 or more in 14 this year. Here's Rowan on the right side. His feet in front. That one is knocked away. A one-hand swat clears it out. And, whoops, Storjahan ran into the linesman. he's a little annoyed at that, but, well, that'll happen. And I will say, there's a shot in on Colgan. Save made. Colgan again with the right pad stop. Point blank on not one, but 2 chances for Artur Aloyan. Oh my goodness, Brendan Colgan. We're going to need a new expanded saves of the week. Unbelievable. Face off to the right of Colgan. River Dragons trying to move it away. Here's Hunter up the left side. Hunter We'll dump it in. Andrioli up in pursuit. Andrioli into the left side corner. Behind the net now, Robinson out the left wing side. Looking to move it ahead for the Zydeco off McDonald. Puck up in the air. Bounces down to the Columbus line. Pushed in on the left wing. Robinson, backdoor feed, was behind Chirac. He kicks it to the corner. Puck caroms up the slot. Chipped away by Columbus. McDonald trying to bounce that one in. Jammed right back off the dasher. Now here's Cox up by himself. Right side trying to get around Underwood. Cutting it on goal. Colgan rolls over. Makes the save and holds on. Colgan sprawls out full length on the ice and makes another incredible save. And after that, he goes over and makes sure that Jake Cox is all right. Cox went into the boards heavily, but I don't think he stayed down out of anything but exasperation. How about this second period? Unbelievable. Brought to you by WOW Internet, proud to sponsor the River Dragons this season. Team up with WOW for fast home internet for $30 a month. It's a good deal for good sports fans. Go Dragons! Unbelievable. What a period. Columbus will push back up. In with a shot. Stevens the save on the McDonald wrister from top of the circle. Faceoff will come to his right. Save big at River City Swing Sets, your local Gorilla Playsets authorized showroom. We offer lifetime warranty swing sets and basketball goals, swings, slides, and more. Check out RiverCitySwingSets.com for the full lineup. Get your big save at River City Swing Sets with free installation on any swing set purchase by saying, "Go River Dragons." Here's a win back to Slaheka. His shot tipped in front by Andrioli. One of the few River Dragons who hasn't found the score sheet yet, but boy, he might soon. Left-siders Andrioli into the corner, trying to barrel his way past Ozelinch. Puck ends up with Haskins. He'll move it ahead to Gowan. Gowan with a backhand down the ice. Duncan trying to get to it. And falling over there, trying to get to it, Aloyan. Wedge back out, under a minute to go. Here's Hunter up on the right side, waiting for a little bit of help. Ryan Hunter delays, cuts up top of the zone, flips it far side to Duncan. Duncan for the wing, shot in front, steered aside by Stevens. Jemayev will put it deep. Played back up that wall. Jemayev waiting on the right side, into the sliders. Doe cutting to his left, in on goal. Austin Doe backdoor shot, they score. Well, I called it. Carson Andrioli makes it 8. And I mean, Andrioli was gassed. He was at the end of his shift, but enough of a presence of mind to go to the front of the net. Doe and Jemayev will pick up the assists on the goal. 19:23, time of the marker. Carson Andrioli has his 5th. River Dragons back in again, shoving it on Stevens. He makes a save. Well, let's see if I can will Alexander Jemayev into the goal column. He leads a team of 24 goals, but a little bit of a dry spell for Jemayev as far as not so much the points, but got to get a couple of pucks going in for the big guy again here. Here's Petrantonio moving it over. Chance on the far side. Doe fanned on it as the puck just kind of stuck behind him. Zydeco wedged it out. Gill near side, trying to play it up the left wing. Tied up right at the referee's crease. That'll do it for the period as Robinson fires it in at the horn. 40 minutes into it, the River Dragons up to 8 on the Baton Rouge Zydeco. And watching the Zydeco, their poor goaltender, Bailey Stevens, heading off the ice. I know he's just struggling out there. Wants to get through this game. He's still making some saves, still giving the team everything he can, but this is a tough one. This is a tough one for the Zydeco and their fans. It was 2-0 after one. It is now 8-0 after 2 periods of play. And so we will head off into the sunset of that second stanza with Columbus, I would say, comfortably ahead at this point. And don't forget, these same two teams go back at it tomorrow night. And that is a 7:05 puck drop. So, I mean, you're getting your money's worth. If you like offense, this is the game for you. And this is the team for you, because this River Dragons team, not only do they put up goals in bunches, but boy, oh boy, they're getting spectacular goaltending. They're really starting to finish on those chances. That second period was just an absolute revelation offensively for some guys, especially to get the confidence going. We're going to talk about all that in the break. But right now, Columbus needs to keep the ball rolling, and hopefully they'll be able to do just that. So stay tuned. There is more coming your way here in just a moment. Actually, before we do that, before we hit the break, guys, let's go ahead and grab 10 seconds along the network for station identification.
You're listening to River Dragons Hockey on WKCN HD2 Fort Moore, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
Always important to keep it legal. And now, into the shredaway second period intermission we go. Columbus with an 8-0 lead over the Zydeco. This is River Dragons Hockey.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
At Beam, we take pride in being a part of our community, and we're committed to seeing it grow. We continually volunteer with organizations that are making a difference. Together, we are building a better community while building the best internet that exceeds the technology of metropolitan cities. But more importantly, one that connects us all. We want to ensure reliability. So for this reason, we're willing to go the extra mile. We aim to provide the community with high-quality internet and cable services, because we live here too.
Because at Beam, community is not just a place. It's the way we do business.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat.
Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Tim Hortons has a new $6 breakfast bundle with a mouthwatering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle.
Dum-dum-dum. Get low, get low, get low. 369, ooh, she fine. Hoping she can sing it to me one more time. Get low, get low, get low, get low.
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
And here with you. And boy, I just kind of going over some of the numbers behind some of the streaks and the stats, and we'll talk about it again here as we go along. But just an unbelievable run that this Columbus River Dragons team is on. I told you some of the numbers as well before. 14 times now, 6 or more goals on the year. And now the last 5 games in a row. They had They've been averaging 7.5 goals a game on average in the last 4 games. Tonight they're already at 8 through 2 periods of play. And so that pushes them past the 7.5 goal a game average into 8 territory. And it's just unbelievable to watch this Columbus team dismantling their opponents over this 13-game win streak, which looks like it is 2/3 of the way through to 14 games. Crazier things have happened. That's why you don't take your foot off the gas. I've seen some wild comebacks in my day. But Columbus is doing a real good job right now of just scoring on their opportunities. And the other thing is, let's not discount the goaltending of Brendan Colgan. I mean, I try to keep track of what I consider the good saves. As you know, Kinetic Credit Union presents our Saves of the Week. We put those up on YouTube. And I've already got 6 candidates. And normally I put a little number next to them out of 1 to 5, 1 being my top save, 5 being my, okay, that was nice. I have nothing worse than a 3 of the 6 I've listed. So I already know that one of these 6 is not making it, and none of them is worse than a 3. That's the kind of night Brendan Colgan is having. So he's just absolutely been bailing this River Dragons team out. It could be 8-6. It really could be an 8-6 game. It's not. But that's where we're at. And you know what? You got to pat your goalie on the pad, say nice job. Thanks for taking care of us in the back end there. And we'll try to continue to get you some offensive support. Actually, what they need to get them is defensive support. They've scored enough goals to win the game. Now it should be a 5-man unit trying to get the next 20 out of the way for Brendan Colgan here. And do that as quickly as they can. Let's take a look at the scoring wrap for you, and then I will give you some of those numbers on the stats for the streaks. It started just 42 seconds into the period. Justin McDonald with a setup into the slot, and real nice job by Kirk Underwood here. Nice hand-eye. He catches the pass out of the air, puts it down to his stick, and quickly fires a shot that, well, maybe surprised the goaltender a little bit for his second of the year. 42 seconds in, and the River Dragons were off and running. Yes, indeed, the floodgates would open in the period. By the way, they have added an assist on that goal to Ryan Hunter. And so that is his second assist of the night. Let's fast forward a little bit, shall we? River Dragons, a 5-on-3 power play chance, and Josh Petrantonio, a one-timer from the top of the far circle from Doe and Justin McDonald. And that is Petrantonio's 15th of the season, 7:43. And the power play marker makes it 4-0 River Dragons. And a minute 11 seconds later at 8:52. Hunter Bersani with a goal, his 7th from Storjahan and Bockwell. 5-0 River Dragons. Petrantonio comes back for an even strength marker at 12:56 from Jemaev and Shinkarik, his 16th, second of the night. And then at 16:26, his line mate Austin Doe, netting his 16th of the year. Nolan Slahetka, the only assist on the goal. And late in the frame at 19:23, Carson Andrioli, his 5th of the season from Doe and Jemaev. And that makes it 8-0 River Dragons. Shots in the period. Are you ready for this? Columbus scored 6 goals on just 13 shots. 9 shots for the Zydeco in the period. Columbus ends up 1 for 2 on the power play, and they're 1 for 5 in the game. The Zydeco are 0 for 1 with the man advantage here in the contest. One of the most mind-blowing things about this streak, this stretch, looking it up, and we talked about the River Dragons, their offensive numbers, trying to make it 14 in a row. 13 is a franchise record as it is. But Justin McDonald in particular right now has a league record scoring streak that has now been stretched to 24 games. Listen to this. That is his 7th consecutive multi-point game. McDonald tonight already has a goal and a couple assists. So that's his 7th straight multi-point game. Out of his 24 games in this streak, 18 of those have been multiple point games. 18 of the 24 multiple point games for Justin McDonald. Unbelievable. He is just in the zone. That line is in the zone. And as I told you, Kyle Moore now 13-game scoring streak, and he continues to put up the points here tonight. Ryan Hunter continues to put up the points here tonight. And in fact, if Hunter hadn't been held off the score sheet on the 3rd of the month against Mississippi, he'd be in the middle of a pretty darn long scoring streak right now as well. But, you know, that was broken a couple of games ago. But in Hunter's last couple of games out against Baton Rouge and Mississippi last weekend, 7 points in those 2 games. So he went right back to being hot, and he's got 2 assists here tonight again. And that line is just, I mean, they're part of it. I mean, Petrantonio, Austin Doe, just getting it done right now. Alexander Jemayev, as I mentioned, good to see him picking up some helpers tonight. Like to see him get one in the goal column, but boy, they're going in right now for this River Dragons team. Also, picking up an assist, Carter Shinkarik comes into tonight on a 3-game goal-scoring streak, but now he's got points in 4 straight as well. Let's take a break. When we come back, time for that Zelmo zipping out of town scoreboard here in the second period intermission report, brought to you by Shredaway. 8-0 River Dragons, 40 minutes in. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
Ice Spice?
Wait, who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
You're looking well.
I just needed something more refreshing, more crisp. I'm with Starry now.
This is intense.
He's so vulnerable.
But I love you.
Please. Aw, buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not.
Huh, Starry does taste better.
My dog Georgette was diagnosed with cancer. After her treatment, we would pass Chick-fil-A. I started seeing Mr. Bryan often. She would get her little treat of whipped cream.
We recognize each other, Georgette and I do. That particular day, Elaine pulls up. She said, Georgette is cancer-free.
I came around the corner with Georgette in my car, saw all the employees out there just like clapping and cheering. I started getting really emotional because I was just like, that's so nice.
We love all our customers that come through. This one just happens to have 4 legs. Congratulations, Georgette.
Don't miss your chance to win at Victoryland Casino. We're open 24/7, so come on in for non-stop gaming action. You'll find the latest, hottest, most exciting games around, and you'll love the fun bonuses and big jackpots. Plus, you can watch and wager on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. Your best bet for big wins is just minutes away at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, located off I-85 exit 22 in Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
Back here at the Shredaway, second period intermission report. The Zamboni still circling the ice, and already the Zydeco are lined up in the tunnel. They just want to get back on the ice and play this third period. It's 8-0 River Dragons. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Zelmo's Zip-In. Zelmo's has been fueling life's passion since 1999. Right now, McMorran Arena in Port Huron, Michigan, the Motor City Rockers are really taking it to the hometown team. It is 5-0 in that game, and that is about midway through the third period there. At First Arena in Elmira, the River Sharks holding on to a slim 3-2 lead over the Blue Ridge Bobcats, and that one is into the second half of period number 3 as well. At Watertown Arena, they're through 2 periods just like us, and the Watertown Wolves with a 2-1 lead over the Danbury Hat Tricks. And at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, halfway home in the second period, the Carolina Thunderbirds with a 1-0 lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. In the NHL, just one game to tell you about tonight. Got underway a little while ago, and already the Carolina Hurricanes, 7 minutes into the game, out to a 2-0 lead. Martinook, the former Coyote, his 9th. Chatfield, his 5th. And Carolina out to the early lead. And unfortunately, bad news for local basketball fans. It was close, but Kennesaw State defeated by North Florida, 82-81 in men's college hoops. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, time for third period action. Stay tuned for that. 8-0 River Dragons after 40 minutes of play. We are back on the other side of the break with more Columbus River Dragons hockey.
Get upfront surprise-free pricing with Wi-Fi modem included and no data caps. Plus bundle Internet 300 with YouTube TV for just $92.99 per month for 12 months with autopay and paperless billing.
What? Tim Hortons has a new $6 breakfast bundle? With a mouthwatering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle.
Hi-ho, your gas is getting low, but you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
This month at Zelmo's, all Celsius energy drinks, 2 for $4.
But you're in luck. Pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
Always clean, always fast, always friendly. Zelmo's Zip In, fueling life's passions for 20 years.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat.
Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
Here he comes, boys. Sure is beautiful. Here it is, boys. Who's ready to put it to work? Me? There's only one way to settle this. Where'd he come from? I win.
Never saw him coming.
Must be the camo.
Drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth right now with 0% financing on select models. SunSouth, equipment for those that do.
So we are back here for third period action. Tom Callahan here with you, high atop the Columbus Civic Center, where it's 8-0 River Dragons. River Dragons out shooting the Zydeco 28-14 in this game. And in case you're wondering, yes, Bailey Stevens is back in net for the Zydeco for period number 3. Brandon Colgan stretching out in the net down to our left. River Dragons will roll left to right here for third period action. Again, our thanks to everybody tuning us in on the radio side of flagship station 106.9 Really Rocks. And of course, on the YouTube side at Columbus River Dragons. Third period is brought to you by Kinetic Credit Union. And the River Dragons skating at 5-on-5 here. Andrioli is going to center Hunter and Moore to start the period off with this line. So we might see Justin McDonald get a couple of shifts here and there, but for the most part, you also might see the veteran get a little bit of a rest here in the third period. Not the worst thing in the world, although I'm sure McDonald would love to be out there, but B. Short likes to get guys out there. Coach Boom Boom is certainly mindful of keeping the flow with this team. Here's Andrioli pushing ahead through the D, left off to Moore, in with a shot, and a left pad save there. Stevens starting out, and now the puck kept into the right side. It's coughed up on the far wing, a chance in close. Stevens a save on Andrioli, who was a little slow to get up after he was dumped in the far corner over there, but ended up with a nice scoring chance. Puck away to center now. And it's picked off, and Hunter steps back in, has Moore with him. Hunter in, wrist shot, shoulder save Stevens, rebound to the far corner. Coughed up in the slot again, here's Moore. Moore walks around a dive, tried to drag it through a couple of Zydeco defenders, finally knocked down. Puck sent down the ice, there'll be no icing here as Gill around after it. I tell you what, the Zydeco did not show me anything on that first shift to start the third period. Wickline on the right side, leaving it up for Bersani, trying to tap it back in towards him. Bersani flips it onto the right wing, taken away by Baton Rouge and cleared out. And now Bersani with a hit there on Asselin as it's cleared to center. Wickline looping back with it, in over the line. Cody Wickline onto the left side. Wickline into space. He gets knocked off. And a broken stick right in front. Puck free in front of shot. Stevens a save, not once but twice on Storjahan. Asselin wants a piece of Bersani after that hit, but Bersani is not interested. I mean, it's 8-0. There is not much point for Hunter Bersani to want to do anything but finish a check at this point. And I understand the frustration on the Zydeco part. I get it. It's a hard place to be right now. Asselin is eventually going to go into the penalty box. He was gesturing towards the River Dragons, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really understand what he was trying to gesture. Not real sure there. That's all right. Little air supply to lighten the mood. Asselin ends up with 2 on the board. I don't know if they're going to put anything else up, but the River Dragons will end up on the loft power play if they do not even this call out. Which it looks like they will not. The Loft features live music every Friday and Saturday night. Show your River Dragons ticket stub for 2-for-1 deal on cover. And don't forget, tomorrow night, post-game party with the River Dragons. And again, 21 and over, please. And, well, nope, they are going to put Bersani in. Crowd booing that decision, but they went over and got him. It's only the second minor tonight against the River Dragons. Both, by the way, against Bersani. Well, they put, now Gowan is in the Zydeco box as well, but right now we're skating 4-on-4, so I'm not sure. Oh, I bet you Gowan is serving. Asselin probably picked up a 10. There's a shot, and they score. Rowan scores a goal, 4-on-4, as that shot was deflected over the left shoulder of Colgan. The shutout is gone. Boy, you wish Columbus could get that for their goaltender, but not tonight. Rowan the goal, 4-on-4. And for Josiah Rowan, that's his second of the year. River Dragons in. Bockel with the shot. Stevens the save. Right now they're calling it unassisted. So looking at the sheet here, it is 2-10 for David Asselin. So that is what he ended up picking up. Roughing and then a 10. And roughing for Bersani. 4-on-4 we continue. And the Zydeco feeling a little momentum perhaps off of that goal to make it 8-1. River Dragons will lug it back up through center, dump it into the right wing corner. Here's Austin Doe up after it. Puck ends up on the far side. And now the River Dragons again. Cycling back out to try to change it out here. And there's a big hit by Duncan in the corner as he runs into Chirac. And now Andrioli knocks his man down behind the net. That's Robinson. The one thing about a game when there is such a large gap in the score as there is right now is it does always have the potential to get out of hand. I think the officials are mindful of that. River Dragons in with a shot left side and off the tip of the mitt there, Bailey Stevens. And there's a turnover in the slot. Here's Hunter looking for a chance, fed it across, looking for Wickline, pinballed away from him. Now left up top, and Duncan in on goal. That one is wide. I think Hunter, maybe Duncan expected Hunter for the tip as this puck is iced back into the River Dragons end. Faceoff will come back for Baton Rouge with 2 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. But the River Dragons are mindful with the physical play. And while you don't want to back down, you also don't want to play to not get hurt, because that's precisely when you do get hurt. And right now they're just making sure we have all the instructions straight here, although, I mean, there's not a whole lot to debate here. Gowan's going to come out of the box. But there is some discussion at that Zydeco penalty box. Actually, perhaps we might actually have a referee equipment adjustment in progress. That could be what that is. I want to remind everybody the next Eve of the River Dragons event will be at Chick-fil-A Midland Wednesday, February 28th from 6 to 7 p.m. Come meet with the team, get autographs, selfies, and more. That's only at Chick-fil-A Midland Wednesday, February 28th from 6 to 7 p.m. Looks like we're ready to drop the puck. 4-on-4 to the right of the Zydeco net. And now we're 5-on-5 as it's sent down the ice. Gowan and Bersani both out of the penalty box. Here's Gill on the far side. He'll go up the left wing, and Columbus to move it ahead at center, and that puck kind of floats by everybody. Bersani into the right side, Wickline in the corner. Centering feed, just couldn't quite connect with Storjahan. Now the linesman falls at center. And ahead, here come the Zydeco into the right side with a wrist shot. Save made by Colgan with the right pad. Columbus back the other way. Looks like it might open up here. Wickline, cross ice feed. Storjahan again behind him, chops it in towards the net. Stevens has to cover. 4:21 into the third. Well, I'll tell you what, the River Dragons don't want to get into a boat race either with the Zydeco. Just keep it buttoned up, slow the game down. Zydeco win the face-off. They try to bank it out of there to center. Bockwell back on it on the right side. Turn past Hunter. Up on the left wing. Underwood trying to sweep that one away off the stick of Aloyan. And now behind the net, Haskins looking to center, and Colgan to his left to make the save. He'll hang on. Face-off will stay in the River Dragons zone. Don't forget, River Dragons hockey brought to you in part by BKI Accounting, a new age approach to old school accounting, specializing in payroll, bookkeeping, income, and sales taxes for small business. Learn more at bkiaccounting.com. River Dragons able to push the puck out to center after that defensive zone draw. Zydeco on the regroup. Here's Moore stealing it away at center. Kyle Moore steps in, has some help with him. Moore feeds it back and across. Shot, score! Ryan Hunter. And Hunter finds his way into the goal column. 5:03 time of the marker. Kyle Moore, another point. For Hunter, that's his 16th goal of the year. Puck back in the Columbus end. Chirac heeled a one-timer wide as the River Dragons will dump it in from center. Sent right around the rim by the Zydeco out to center. It'll be picked up there. Here's Robinson leaving for Cox. Back towards Robinson. Floats away to the far side. Centering attempt by Chirac goes right across the goal mouth and up to the left point. Cutting. His shot in on goal. Colgan save. Rebound near side. Colgan's got that too. Jemath behind the net. After the loose puck, he'll curl away from the pressure and bank it around towards Slahetka. Columbus finishing off a change. Slahetka to center, onto the right side. Here's Doe. They'll push it into the right wing corner. Doe trying to get up in there after it. Lynch chasing it to the far side. Pulls it back away from Wickline. Left siders cutting. Cutting, looking ahead. Tellstrom at center. Turn the other way, Wickline. Picked off by Lynch at center. There's a shot in on goal, save made by Colgan. He'll hang on to get us to a break. 6 minutes, 50 seconds gone here in the third. 9-1. River Dragons in the lead. We are back with more in a moment on Columbus River Dragons hockey.
We're always going a million different directions.
But Kinetic Credit Union makes it easy for all of us to stay connected, all in one place.
With the Kinetic mobile app, we both can monitor our accounts on the go. We can create account alerts so we know when there's a change. Apply for a loan or credit card. We can even open a new account.
Plus, you can quickly pay bills, transfer money, or make a deposit anytime, anywhere.
Kinetic makes our life a whole lot easier.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Beam, we take pride in being a part of our community, and we're committed to seeing it grow. We continually volunteer with organizations that are making a difference. Together, we are building a better community while building the best internet that exceeds the technology of metropolitan cities. But more importantly, one that connects us all. We want to ensure reliability. So for this reason, we're willing to go the extra mile. We aim to provide the community with high-quality internet and cable services, because we live here too.
Because at Beam, community is not just a place. It's the way we do business.
All right, we are back. 6:50 gone here in the third period. This third period is brought to you by Kinetic Credit Union. Tom Callahan here with you here at the Columbus Civic Center. Matthew Bazarin's been standing up on the Zydeco bench throughout the entire commercial break. I really haven't seen him out on the ice here in the third. Not entirely sure why. Puck chipped away to center. We are 5-on-5 right now, which has not been all that common in the game, but I mean, there's not been a ton of penalties. Had a couple of different situations here to 4-on-4 in the third. Zydeco trying to weave up, but it's taken away on the back check by Storjohn. And now ahead, here's Bersani. In over the line with a rolling puck, leaves for Storjahan. He's got Wickline, but elects to shoot and finds the glass on the stick side. Haskins in the far corner. Bothered over there. Wickline trying to tie it up. Tellstrom trying to take it away from him. Rowan got it over the line. Tellstrom put it ahead. Gowan will dump it in from center. Around the rim it goes. And that one kicks off the corner right to Shinkarik. Shinkarik will skate it away. Shinkarik dumping it in. Off the glass, over the head of the goaltender, Stevens. And now a heavy hit on the far side over there. Finishing out his check once again, Hunter Bersani. Bounced in off Wickline. Hunter trying to go after it behind the net. Cutting. Played it away from Ryan Hunter. Puck on the near side. Andrioli almost stole it away side of the net. Robinson got it out of danger. Cutting gets it to center. And now Cutting into the right wing. Gets past Bockwell. Puck drifts away to the corner. Underwood over to help out. Behind the net, Underwood tying up Cutting. Cutting into the slot. Picked off by Moore. And Kyle Moore will head the other way. Moore into space ahead. Bockwell into the rush. And on goal. Stevens a save. And he holds a rebound. How about Nathan Bockwell jumping into the rush, looking for a scoring chance there. Bockwell still looking for his first pro goal. He's got some assists on the season, but has yet to put one in. Jumping in, hoping for that first timer. River Dragons controlling the draw more with a shot off the outside of the net. Puck comes back to him with the right half wall. He'll try to cycle it around. Kicks off a stanchion right to the front of the goal. Zydeco will pull it back down. Try to move it the other way. By the way, the 9 goals in tonight's game, that's a new season high for the River Dragons. It's not a franchise record, but it is a season high. They've hit 8 3 times this year. Columbus ahead on the right side. Here's Underwood moving in. He's got one, maybe looking for two with a wrist shot. Save made. Underwood wraps it around right up into the crease. And it's taken away by the defense in front. Haskins looping back around and getting it to center where it's picked off there by Andrioli. He put it back across, but that pass went between Petrantonio and Doe. Andrioli will head off the ice after that shift. Dump back around the wall. Far side Haskins. Jemaev letting it go. Petrantonio behind the net towards Doe. Petrantonio on the far side. Knocked away from him. And it's cleared out by the Zydeco. We're approaching the halfway mark of this third period. His chance on the right side in with a shot blocker save there as Aloyan let it go. And Colgan just punched it away to the corner. Puck coughed up at the liners. Jemaev steps in on the wing, in with a wrist shot, and he missed on the glove side. Jemaev snuck a look over his shoulder to make sure that Doe had cleared back out. Now he'll feed into the slot. Petrantonio with a chance, and that hit traffic. Down for the right point, Slaheka into the slot. Shot, they score! Austin Doe! Double digits for the River Dragons. Doe's got his 17th. 10:22 time of the marker. Chance left side. Storjahan in with a shot. Save Stevens. Rebound. Wickline stopped by Stevens. 10-1. River Dragons in the lead. Storjahan around to the left side. As it's gloved down at center, Shinkarik. He'll dump it in softly behind the net. Slaheka picking up an assist on that one. He's got himself a multiple point outing here tonight. Nolan Slaheka. Turned over in the slot. Here's Ozelinch feeding it over. There's a shot blocked as Gill got back in front of Tellstrom. They'll feed it around. Storjahan off the boards and out to center it goes. Yeah, Bazarin's on the bench, but just has not touched the ice here in the third period, and he's just right now helmet off, and not sure why. Not sure what the idea is, but he's certainly just as frustrated as the rest of the Zydeco. Right now, the Zydeco on the regroup. Columbus just kind of falling back here. Finally, they bring it out. Here's Cutting. Up through center, left side, Cutting to the line, taken off by Andrioli. Underwood quickly back in the left wing. Hunter walking it in, rolling puck, settles, shoots and scores. Ryan Hunter with a wrist shot that beats Stevens on the glove side. It's 11-1. And for Ryan Hunter, that's his 17th of the year, second of the night. Somebody's helmet hit the ice there. Not sure whose that was for the Baton Rouge bench, but I don't think that was intentional. Underwood the assist on the goal. Puck dumped back into the River Dragons end of things here in this Kinetic Credit Union third period. 7:18 and counting to go. Here's Moore wheeling back in his own end with it. Moore at center. In over the line. Kyle Moore in traffic. Feeding it down low. Wraparound attempt coming. Stevens to his left to stop it. Is Austin Doe looking for the hat trick. Couple of River Dragons looking for the hat trick now. Bounces away from Andrioli. Petrantonio, another guy who's got two in the game. Here's Cox, left side for the Zydeco. Right back to Petrantonio. Ahead on the right wing to Jamaev. Jamaev into the corner. Jamaev looking up top. Cycling off to Doe. Doe into the slot. Jamaev lost it. Comes to the left point, though. Kept in there. Sent down low and jammed out of the air there by the Zydeco D around to the near side. Here's Doe. Doe. Petrantonio, right half wall, all the way up top. Petrantonio cycles it back deep. Behind the net, Doe had it chopped away to the far side. Tellstrom after it. Petrantonio caught him and kept it in. Turned over to Doe. Doe looking in front for Jamaev. Boy, they're trying so hard to get Jamaev the puck. Doe on the right side. Down to the right point. Slahecka cycles deep. Slahecka on the backhand. Left it to the side of the net. Poked away by Stevens. Nifty little move. Slahecka on it. Into the slot. Across the front of the net mouth. It ends up on the left wing to Doe. Jamaev one time and he ripped it wide. Slahecka on the wing. Feeding it down low. Chipped across the ice to Petrantonio. Long shift. Hunter at the left point. Dancing on the blue line, leaving it on the paint. Slahecka in towards the front. Jamaev in with a shot into the breadbasket of Stevens. 5:39 to go in the third. 11-1 River Dragons. Back with more in a moment on Columbus River Dragons Hockey.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Football time!
Set the tone. Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes. Yeah, good job.
Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
5:39 to go in the third period, brought to you by Kinetic Credit Union. Tom Callahan here with you. It is 11-1 River Dragons. And don't forget, you can pick up your Chick-fil-A Midland Kissin' 99.3 Family 4-pack. It includes 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 hot dogs, 4 popcorn, 4 Pepsi products, and 4 Chick-fil-A coupons. That's over $100 in value for just $40. Our upcoming dates, the ones we have left, March 16th, Faith and Family Night, April 13th, Fan Appreciation Night. You can only buy your family 4-packs through the River Dragons office, as that puck golfed out of play. So give us a call or stop by the River Dragons office during regular business hours. 706-507-GOAL, 706-507-4625. And yes, you can buy both remaining family 4-packs on Monday if you want. Come on in, pick it up for the rest of the year. It's such a tremendous, tremendous value. And brought to you by Chick-fil-A Midland, Kissin' 99.3, Buffalo Rock Pepsi, Brewster's Ice Cream, and the Columbus Civic Center. Hanson wheeling back in his own end for the Zydeco. He'll leave it off. In behind the net, it's fed up the near side. Storjahan will keep it in and avoid the hit. Wickline right side. Well, boy, that's a really late call, and Storjahan's annoyed by it, and I don't blame him. This is a reactive call. There was no penalty on the play until the Zydeco player didn't get up. And that's Bacon now getting up, holding his mouth. But if Bacon would have got up from that hit, there wouldn't be a penalty. That said, it is only the second Zydeco penalty of the night. Storjahan into the box. Into that Abercrombie bonding penalty box. And probably pick up 2, and he does. Time of the penalty here is 14:54. Just not a big fan of the reactive call. Like, there wasn't going to be a penalty there, but then the player doesn't get up right away. Then he gets up and he skates over to the bench, but it's too late by that point. Then the arm has gone up. Roughing against Storjahan. Columbus's top-ranked penalty kill goes back to work. The Zydeco 0 for 1 with a man advantage here tonight. Right now they're bottling up the Zydeco. River Dragons just controlling now and sending the puck down. Baton Rouge trying to iron out his power play here. They'll bring it ahead. Here's Rowan, who's got the goal for the Zydeco. He feeds onto the right side. There's a shot by Tellstrom, block, rebound, chance save, Colgan, and that one is sent wide on yet another attempt. Columbus able to clear. Nice job by Wickline to find a seam. Bersani quickly up on the forecheck, and now the Zydeco try to catch the River Dragons changing. Here's Cox in the left wing. Into the left side corner. And he gets bumped off, but the puck staying in the zone right now. Left side corner. Robinson after it, can't get to it. Bockwell chasing to the far side. Cleared down by the River Dragons. 3:54 and counting to go in the third. 47 seconds to go in the roughing call against Storjahan. Up through center, here come the Zydeco. Left side, Aslan leading the rush in. Hooks it behind the net. Bockwell around the glass. Hunter, fan on a clearing attempt. Ends up at the left point. Aslan over there. They'll slide it deep. Gowan knocked down in front of the net by Bockwell as they battle. Bockwell gives him a little extra shot there, but I'll tell you what, I know from, and boy, what a hit there by Andrioli as he knocks down Aslan and cleared the puck down. Gowan and Bockwell are having a good hard battle in front of the net. From having Gowan here, I know he's going to give you a good hard battle. So he's a good guy to stick in front of the net on the power play. River Dragons do kill it out, however, so onto that Abercrombie bonding penalty box. They're able to spring Storjahan. And here's a lead on the right side. Storj in, leaving it into the high slot. Jamaev cutting in with a wrist shot. Right pad save on his own rebound. Couldn't get a shot away. Cutting, tying him up. Jamaev after the puck is the Zydeco. A little lax in clearing here. Baton Rouge to center. Robinson skips through a hip check attempt from Slahetka, although he did get a piece of him. Columbus back to center. Dumped in from there by Storjahan. 2:08 and counting to go in this third period. River Dragons lead it 11-1. Zydeco camped behind the net. In no real hurry to move it, and honestly, Columbus is not in a hurry to make them move it. The lead pass to center. Chipped in on the left side by Tellstrom, but recovered by Duncan. Duncan behind his own net. He'll feed it up the left wing side. Back the other way, here come the River Dragons. In over the line, right side, Slahetka. Backhand leave into the slot. Petrantonio, or a shot missed on the stick side. Duncan crashing from the left point, can't keep it in. Puck bounces out to center. Here's Cox, picked up on the back check by Petrantonio. They go to the corner together. Puck tied up Doe, the extra man in the pile, able to free it to Slahetka. 1:15 to go in the third. Slahetka to center. We'll just dump it in. Columbus, one more change. Doe is caught out there. Wickline out right now. And there we go. 1 minute to go in regulation, and the fans get up on their feet to applaud this effort as the puck off the dasher out of play. 53.7 seconds to go in the third. 11-1 River Dragons. One more break, and we're back to wrap it up. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
All right, 53.7 seconds left to go. 11-1 River Dragons in the lead here. As we have under a minute to go in this third period, and just winding it down now. Bersani out there, along with Joe and Wickline. Gill and Shinkarik, puck down, one back towards Gill at the point. Fans back up on their feet again for this final minute of play as the puck around to the far side. Bersani, Haskins, and it's cleared out off of Doe. Zydeco head left side. Here's Rowan moving up. In with a wrist shot. Colgan the save, and he'll hang on. Face-off will be to his right with 37.3 seconds to go in the third. Draw one back, Ozelinch keeping at the left point, and he'll scoop that one around to the left side corner. Puck just free in behind the net. Shinkarik around to the far side, and he'll get it right back. Moving ahead, Shinkarik at center, lost the wheel, and well, they just jam away. Doe trying to force it over the line, can't. 18 seconds to go. Shinkarik is going to flip it back across. Here's Gill. Gill up to center. Doe will tip it on into the right side corner. Bersani up after it, and he'll just pull up the pursuit with time winding down. The countdown is on. River Dragons win it 11-1. And a very disappointed Baton Rouge Zydeco contingent off to console the goaltender. The River Dragons over to congratulate and maybe console Brendan Colgan as well. 11-1 your final. Let's move it into the Pepsi postgame show. We'll wrap it up when we come back. Stay tuned. More coming your way on River Dragons Hockey.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Football time!
Set the tone. Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes. Yeah, good job.
Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Don't miss your chance to win at Victoryland Casino. We're open 24/7, so come on in for nonstop gaming action. You'll find the latest, hottest, most exciting games around, and you'll love the fun bonuses and big jackpots. Plus, you can watch and wager on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. Your best bet for big wins is just minutes away at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, located off I-85 exit 22 in Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Tonight's 3 stars are brought to you by Wade Cleaners, the official cleaners of Scorch and Torch. 11-1 River Dragons win here in the Pepsi postgame show, and we await the announcement of those 3 stars down on the ice. And I think I whiffed on a musical identification earlier, which never happens, but apparently, I don't know what I said, but it was not correct. I did not correctly identify REO Speedwagon, and I feel shame. Third star, Brendan Colgan, and you know what? For the amount of difficult saves he made tonight, that is not a bad selection at all. I absolutely stand by Colgan as a third star tonight. Ryan Hunter, your second star.
And tonight's first star, also with 2 goals and 2 assists, number 17,
Austin Doe, your first star here tonight. And we'll set it down to ice level for our interview with our first star.
I'm here with our star tonight, Austin Doe, who played a phenomenal game here, as well as having 13 different Dragons score at least 1 point tonight. What does that say about the balance of the team here working with the other?
Yeah, it just shows how deep we are as a team, top to bottom, and obviously the streak's been pretty good. We're just trying to take care of little things and just get better.
Speaking of this streak, the Dragons are now on a 14-game winning streak. How does it feel to be part of a team that has such a high game streak?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I think we haven't been talking about it or focusing on it too much. We're just kind of show up every night and try to get the win that day.
Awesome. Great job to our team, and thank y'all.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you, number 1.
The Pepsi postgame show. When we come back, we're going to be wrapping up the scoring for a while. 11-1 River Dragons win. Don't forget we have that Zelmo Zippin' out of town scoreboard coming your way, so stay tuned for that as well. River Dragons take it out a whole new door against the Zydeco tonight. Tomorrow night, these same 2 teams are back at it. 7:05. I'm just saying there might be some fireworks, offensively, defensively, and in other ways as well. All right, stay tuned. More coming your way in just a moment. This is River Dragons Hockey.
Ice Spice?
Wait, who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
You're looking well.
I just needed something more refreshing, more crisp. I'm with Starry now.
This is intense.
He's so vulnerable.
But I love you. Please.
Aw, buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not.
Huh, Starry does taste better.
Hi-ho, your gas is getting low, but you're in luck, pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
This month at Zelmo's, all Celsius energy drinks, 2 for $4.
But you're in luck, pull your car or truck into Zelmo's.
Always clean, always fast, always friendly. Zelmo Zip-In, fueling life's passions for 20 years.
Winter is upon us. We must prepare. Cold and darkness will spread across the land. The nights will be long.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Air Force is here to fix the heat.
Don't let winter leave you out in the cold. Call Air Force Heating and Air now for our special $79 AC gas furnace or heat pump tune-up, only for a limited time. Air Force Heating and Air is always here for you.
Hello there, my name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is every single time you take a bite, you know you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches. There's no touching it.
NHD2 Fort Moore, Columbus, and W295AY Crystal Valley. 106.9 really rocks.
And now that we've kept it legal, we can come back and talk about the scoring in this game. 11-1 your final tonight. The Columbus River Dragons with an absolutely massive win over the Baton Rouge Zydeco. Let's get right to it, shall we? The scoring started at 13:39 of the first period. Justin McDonald, his 22nd of the season from Hunter and Moore, got the ball rolling 1-0. Then at 19:06, a goal. After the River Dragons had 4 minutes of power play time, they failed to capitalize on. Could have been dicey at that point, and the Zydeco maybe picking up some momentum off the penalty kill, but the River Dragons get a goal in the last minute from Nolan Slahetka, his 6th from Josh Petrantonio. And that made it a 2-0 lead at the time. And really, I think, was a big moment in the hockey game. Right there to turn that momentum back at the end of the period, not allow the Zydeco to maybe tie it up or at least go into the locker room at 1-0 down and carrying momentum in. It could have been a different game, but it was not to be. The River Dragons would come out and score 6 times in the second period. 42 seconds in, it starts. Is Justin McDonald with a centering feed, glove down by Kirk Underwood, cutting down the slot. Underwood lays the puck out in front of him, and a quick shot that surprises the goaltender Stevens, his 2nd of the year. Hunter also an assist. 42 seconds in, it's 3-0. Then at 7:43, Josh Petrantonio's first of 2 from Doe and McDonald. Then at 8:52, a minute 9 seconds later, Hunter Bersani gets his first on the evening. His 7th of the year, Storjahan and Bockwell. 12:56, Petrantonio, 2nd from Jemaev and Shinkarik. Then at 16:26, Austin Doe, his first of 2 on the evening, his first of 2 on the evening. I'm trying to keep them all straight. There's 11 here. From Nolan Slahetka. And that makes it the 5th goal of the period, 7-0 Columbus. And then 19:23, Carson Andrioli, his 5th from Doe and Jemaev. 6 goals in the second period. That is also a season high for the River Dragons, and it's 8-0 after 40 minutes of play. In the third, unfortunately for the River Dragons, the one thing they couldn't do was keep the Zydeco off the board for all 60 minutes. Edgar Zozelinch picks up the only assist on the goal at 1:55 for Rowan, and I'll tell you what, Josiah Rowan, only his 2nd goal of the year, but a pretty determined effort in a 4-on-4 situation. And the Zydeco had at least a little something to lift the spirits in this game. But then 3 goals going away for the River Dragons. Hunter, his 16th at 5:03 from Moore. Doe, 2nd of the night, 17th from Slahetka at 10:22. And at 12:13, Hunter rounds out the scoring, his 2nd of the period in the night. Underwood, the assist on that one. So he has a multiple-point game as well. That is your goal scoring. 11-1, River Dragons win. Shots by period for Columbus, 15 in the first, 13 in the second, 19 in the third for 47. For the Zydeco, 5, 9, and 8 for for 22. Power plays in the game, River Dragons 1 for 6. Zydeco 0 for 2. We'll take a break in the Pepsi postgame show. When we come back, time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Zelmo's Zip-In. Catch up on the FPHL action, one game in the NHL. We'll let you know what happened there when we return. More coming your way on Columbus River Dragons.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn to lead. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change.
We're always going a million different directions.
But Kinetic Credit Union makes it easy for all of us to stay connected, all in one place.
With the Kinetic mobile app, we both can monitor our accounts on the go. We can create account alerts so we know when there's a change. Apply for a loan or credit card. We can even open a new account.
Plus, you can quickly pay bills, transfer money, or make a deposit anytime, anywhere.
Kinetic makes our life a whole lot easier.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
What? Tim Hortons has a new $6 breakfast bundle? With a mouthwatering breakfast sandwich, a golden hash brown with a small hot or iced coffee, and a classic donut made for your me time. Oh, and yours too. The $6 breakfast bundle.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Get 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25 only at Applebee's.
And now back on the YouTube side as well in the Pepsi post-game show. We appreciate everybody joining us here. Thank you so much for being a part of Columbus River Dragons hockey. 11-1 your final tonight. River Dragons with the win. Let's take a look at the Zelmo zipping out of town scoreboard. Zelmo's has been fueling life's passions since 1999. Couple of finals from earlier tonight in the FPHL. Motor City with a 5-1 win on the road at Port Huron tonight. And then Elmira does indeed hold on at home, 3-2 over the Blue Ridge Bobcats. The steadily improving Elmira River Sharks put another one in the win column. Late in the third period, the Watertown Wolves clinging to a 2-1 lead over the Danbury Hat-Tricks. That be a little bit of an upset, I think, if they're able to pull that one off. We'll see if they're able to stick with it. And right after we gave you the 1-0 Carolina Thunderbirds lead last time, the Mississippi Seawolves struck for a couple of goals. I think it was a minute 11 seconds apart or something thereabouts. It took a 2-1 lead. Well, it is still 2-1, and now it is halfway through the third period at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. So the Seawolves trying to beat the Thunderbirds, who really put the band back together over the last week and a half or so, but, well, they're still trailing in that one. In the NHL, the Hurricanes continue to lead the Coyotes in the second period, although now it's a 2-1 game. Martinook and Chatfield for the Hurricanes, Gunther for the Arizona Coyotes. And then in men's basketball, New Mexico State, San Diego State, that one just getting underway a little bit ago, 7-4. New Mexico State leads it. And of local interest, Kennesaw State losing tonight at home to North Florida, 82-81. Well, these same two teams go back at it tomorrow night with a 7:05 puck drop. That means a 6:30 pregame show. And we look forward to talking to you tomorrow night. And the River Dragons, again, with a big win over the Baton Rouge Zydeco. And I'll tell you what, tomorrow night I think is going to have some fireworks to it, because you don't beat a team 11-1 on Friday, go back and face them on Saturday, and not expect a response. And I think the Zydeco know that. They have to regroup after this one, a difficult game for them. But I fully expect a response from the Baton Rouge Zydeco tomorrow night. All right, well, thanks for joining us, everybody. That's going to do it for our broadcast and our Pepsi postgame show. One more time, your final score, 11-1. River Dragons beat the Zydeco. My thanks to my entire broadcast crew for getting us through this one, as they always do, and we will talk to you tomorrow night. This is Tom Callahan saying good night. Good night.
Thank you for being a part of Columbus River Dragons hockey. This game was brought to you in part by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Columbus River Dragons. Zelmo Zip-In, the official fuel provider of the River Dragons. Air Force Heating and Air, the official heating and air company of the River Dragons. Country Inn and Suites, the official host hotel of the River Dragons. And by Chick-fil-A Midland, Tim Hortons, Columbus Diagnostic, Shredaway, The Overby Company, Vector Ply, Trivioli's, The Jersey Shop, Beam TV, WYBU Christian Television Network, Troy University, Largeman Dental, BKI Accounting, The Optical Shop, Piggly Wiggly, Sun South John Deere, Wade Cleaners, Houston Clinic, Abercrombie Bonding, First Franklin Financial, and Old School Barber Shop. This has been a presentation of Ignite Sports and Entertainment. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use is prohibited without the express written consent of Ignite Sports and Entertainment and the Columbus River Dragons. This has been a presentation of the Columbus River Dragons.